Yeah.
You.
Good, Joe. Good.
What's
What's good? What's
up?
good? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. For those on X, welcome in. Those on Twitch, welcome in. For those on YouTube, welcome in. Let's just kill the music real quick so we can do this official. Hold up. Welcome to Gamer
Oh,
Actual,
I
episode
missed.
20. I'm your host, Cash. And Germ, sorry. What
I
was
was
that?
vibing with that music. That was chill for a moment there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But all right, let's start over. Welcome to Gamer Actual, the weekly podcast dedicated on talking about some of the biggest in gaming news. You can find us on all major podcast platforms, including Apple and Spotify, with a visual version of this podcast being available on YouTube at youtube.com/Gamer Actual. This podcast is also brought to you in part by the guys over at X Elements. To find out more about what X Elements does, check out the description below. Now,
Shut up,
without
Sam.
further ado, I'm your homie Cash. And with me tonight, I got the homies Germ and Heartless. Fellas, what's good? What's popping? How are you?
What's good? What's good? We're missing a special member of the panel today, but we wish him, the best. He's got some family stuff he's working through, and it's apparently his family member's expecting, so he's helping out with that. Good for them.
Yeah. So yeah, Maury, come back soon, bro. Make sure you're here next week, or you're fired. I'm kidding.
Welcome in, everybody.
You'll get what
Bello, Jolty.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. So
before we get started, how was everyone's fourth? Like, what'd you guys do?
I
Fireworks
slept.
are illegal where I am, so we didn't really do anything.
you say it's illegal where you are?
Yeah, in California.
Oh, fireworks are illegal. I'm like, wait, what? I thought you were saying Yeah, I don't know why I thought that, but I thought you meant like 4th of July was illegal. I'm like, wait, what?
Large portions of California fireworks are illegal, but a lot of people buy them in like the county where you can buy them, and they drive them back. So they're out here, they're everywhere. But yeah,
I've seen a video of tons of fireworks going off at the same time.
Yeah, it's actually a meme video of the skyline of Los Angeles, because this year is the first year they're illegal in LA, and it looked like Baghdad over LA. People were like protesting that they were shooting fireworks everywhere. It's like a photo of the New York sky, of the LA skyline.
Hades is actually from California, so
yeah, Hades northern California though.
But yeah, so tonight we got it's pretty light this week when it came to gaming news, right?
Yeah,
so
overall snooze.
This might be a shorter pod, guys. But I think that actually makes sense, Jerm, because Heartless needs to do something tonight. I'm just saying.
It feels like
it's episode 20. It is episode 20, Heartless. What does that mean? What does that mean?
That means we've been doing this for 210s. That's crazy.
First of all, can we put some respect on that? We've been doing this, bringing you gaming news content every week for 20 weeks.
For 20
weeks.
Wow, we haven't missed a week, right?
We missed one, but that doesn't count because it wasn't on purpose.
Shout out.
My computer got fucked. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Too early to curse in the pod. My apologies. Anyways, yeah.
Sound off, chat. Like literally, and everyone here that's in his chat right now has been here for 20 straight weeks. Like, shout out.
Yeah, bro. Shout outs to everybody. We also have a Patreon, guys, just to put that out there. If you guys want to be a part of Patreon, you sign up now. I think for like a month, you'll get a coin, a free coin as a member of the Gamer Actual Society.
Crazy. We had people sign up for the Patreon.
Yes, we have three people. We have 3 people in the Patreon.
That's crazy.
You know who they are?
I don't know who they are.
We were so surprised by that. We put it out there
last
week that we had a Patreon, and then we got off stream, and before we got off stream, there was 3 Patreon members.
But yeah, bro, that's dope. So I appreciate you guys believing in us. Appreciate y'all for believing in us. Hey, yo, Nisi, what's good? Welcome into the podcast. So yeah, we're gonna start off by I'm gonna start off by asking you guys, what games are you guys playing this week? Let's start off with Jerm and then Heartless. Heartless, you're about to start playing something.
I tried first Descendant this week, about 10 hours or so. I picked it up pretty late. But the game is
save it for the rest of the pod when we get to
because we're gonna talk about that game later. But stay tuned. But of course, Street Fighter. I was on the grind. And I'm playing a little bit of Guilty Gear because I was recruiting some players for my team. We did some tryout matches and some more JFN content. So yeah, it was overall the same old Street Fighter.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Heartless, what about you, buddy? What have you been playing?
I've been playing that Street Fighter. You know me.
You don't play any other game? You don't play Call of Duty off stream?
The closer I get to Evo, the more serious I've been getting about Street Fighter.
Heartless, you still have yet to finish Master Chief Collection. You're still leaving Hades hanging on that.
I'm not
by the way,
leaving Hades hanging.
That's also a good question. How have you been experiencing Halo? What is that like?
Halo is dope. Halo is dope. We're like,
did you change?
I think we're like 70% through Halo 2. I don't know.
Well, you got to go through the whole thing.
We're doing it on like legendary difficulty, which is very rewarding but difficult. And
did you change your stance?
Halo,
Did you change your stance on Halo?
Still a hero shooter.
Did I change my what?
Is it
your
still
stance on
shooter?
Halo? You call it a hero shooter.
It's an arcade shooter.
Yeah.
No, you called it a hero shooter. Hero shooter. That was the word you used.
No, he said arcade. He did say arcade shooter.
It's definitely not like Counter-Strike and Overwatch. It's definitely not. But yeah, I also have to play the multiplayer. We have not played the multiplayer. And so I'm pretty sure when we get on Halo 3, we can play up to 4 people. So that is pretty exciting, I think. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
To answer Hades' question, as I think I did call it a hero shooter, but that's because I was unsure. I thought hero shooters were just protagonist-based shooters.
Hero shooter has a very specific meaning. It's like when there's like 4, 5, 6 characters on a team, they have different roles. You pick a character,
different abilities.
You can't have the same character as you.
Doom. I thought all of that was considered.
No. Hero shooters, they have distinct roles and abilities. Just
that
like
would make every shooter game a hero shooter.
Exactly.
For the very few that would be villain shooters.
That is a really confusing classification, if you ask me. Like they should be known.
Because they're known as heroes.
Arena shooter is the right way to explain it.
Exactly, it makes more sense. Arena shooter.
They are arena shooters.
They are arena shooters.
The physics, and like that.
Not only that, you're in an arena.
That game, Splitgate. That's like an arena shooter. Yeah, I'm confusing arena shooters with arcade shooters. That's the difference. Call of Duty's an arcade shooter, and Halo and Doom and Splitgate, those are arena shooters.
I think that's a really confusing classification. In
but they make sense though.
Just based on word association, like RPG shooter would be like a Overwatch kind of thing because there's specific roles,
No, that's a hero shooter.
No, that's a hero shooter because each character is different, and you can't have the same character on 2 of the same character on one team.
And then an arena shooter would be something like a battle royale because you're all in one area, And I don't know, I'm getting tripped up on the definition of the words, the literal or the
words. Halo 100% arena shooter. Call of Duty run and gun arcade shooter. Overwatch, Xdefiant hero shooter.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. It's just I'm just gonna need to.
Apex is a hero shooter and a battle royale. That's true.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's
it is.
True.
It's 2. It's both. It is. But yeah.
Can we? I agree with Hades though. Let's bring back boomer shooters because there's not enough of them. So
they actually are. They're just not making mainstream coverage. There's a lot of boomer shooters that came out last year and this year.
I think gaming's gonna change.
We're just not talking about it.
I think we're gonna stop getting really good RPGs soon.
No, Baldur's Gate.
Give me a second. Let me get into that conversation. So, I didn't share what I've been playing. I tried Xdefiant. Not Xdefiant. What's that one called? No. Don't spoil it for me. I've been playing. First Descendant. I don't know why I said Xdefiant, but the game that I've been playing right now is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. And Jesus Christ, bro, that game is amazing.
Wait, so did you finish Resident Evil? You did?
No, because I started playing Breath of the Wild. I've been home.
Oh God.
So I'm at home during the daytime with my kids because my kids are home for the summer.
We're going to talk about that later.
Most of my games are mostly like adult-oriented games. They're very like gory, and the kids were home, and I wanted to play something. So I just, by chance, I put on Zelda, and I started to play. They cozied up beside me, and we were playing. And between that time and now, I've gotten so invested in Breath of the Wild. It's just like insane. It's gotten so bad that when I'm playing the game, if I'm sitting in my area, one screen, because I have a 3-monitor setup, one screen has the map. The other screen has notation of the other screen have notation for my recipes. So like power boosts, health boosts, all that shit is on one other screen.
So you
and
are
I have the game in front of me.
optimizing Zelda? Is that what you're doing
I
here?
am fully invested in this game. Currently, I have yet to fight a boss yet. All I'm doing is just leveling up.
You should invest this level of energy into Elden Ring.
You are Skyriming this stuff where
Bro,
you
the
just
game,
do side stuff all day?
Bro, listen, because again, I thought Zelda was cool back in the day, but I wouldn't call myself like a Zelda fan. I wouldn't feel like I was being honest calling myself a Zelda fan. But now I can say I'm like I'm a true Zelda fan now.
I'm a Zelda fan.
Tears of the Kingdom? Tears of the Kingdom?
I'm definitely gonna get Tears of the Kingdom. Like back in the day, I never had access to like a lot of games like this. Like Zelda, I didn't get to like fully play Zelda 2.
You guys make me feel like I gotta get this game
extent.
No,
bro,
for me,
the game is amazing, bro. Like when it's raining, you can't even climb, Heartless.
If I didn't have a Switch,
you'll slide.
I mean,
you slip and fall.
I mean, that makes sense.
You can't even light a fire when it's raining.
So what do? Just
like
wait
Monster
it out?
Hunter.
You have to go in. You have to go into like some kind of hut and light it in the hut. And you have to be careful because you burn that hut down.
Wow, that's a beautiful engine.
That's crazy.
Next, we're going to talk about Nintendo later, and I think that topic is probably the reason why these Zelda games take so long.
The game is amazing, bro. I didn't expect to get that much out of this game. I am getting a lot out of the game, bro. There's recipes that you can discover. You can track animals. I think it's probably down to like. So here's the thing. I actually had the game before I even had a Nintendo Switch. And the only reason why I got that was because it was a Walmart sale. Walmart had like a clearance sale. And it just so happened that that game was on there. And it was like $40. But when I went to the store, it was online. But when I went to the store, is everybody frozen? What's going on?
No,
are you there?
You want to froze.
Yeah. Okay.
We're hanging on to your every word. They're like, we want to know.
Bro, yeah, when I went to the store, they were telling me I had to pay full price. But I'm like, yo, but the website said it's $40. So it got to the point where I had to speak to like a manager, and he was like, yo, just give it to him.
Respect.
You worked the system. You care into that.
He was like, yo, if it's on the website, give it to him. That's what the manager said. If it's on the website, give it to him. I'm like, thank you.
It is confirmed. Cash is a Karen in the grocery store.
Yo, KK.
Pretty much. Pretty much, bro. Pretty much. But the game, again, guys, I would recommend, and I've never said this before, but I would recommend anybody play this game. Heartless. I am telling you, bro.
Well, I have a Switch that I haven't picked up in months.
So Cash, I only have a Switch Lite. Do you think
can
I
still
could play that on
the No, you would play it and still not have an issue because I've played it both with my Pro controller, and let me show you my whole setup for my Switch.
Because for the Lite, the Joy-Cons don't come off, so I don't know if that would hinder that experience,
I also travel with my Switch, by the way.
Yeah, me too. It's in my backpack.
Because no, I never used to travel with it. Now I do.
He's invested.
Bro.
Bello said when it's a thunderstorm and you have metal in your equipment, you got electrocuted.
Yes, you can get shot. You can get electrocuted. Yes, that's true.
That's crazy.
Bro, listen.
I imagine Tears of the Kingdom is
it's very common sense too. Like if you use like electric weapons again, like metal enemies, you can beat them faster. It has more power against them. So this is my Switch and this is the grip.
Okay. Yeah, see, the Lite is nowhere near that cool.
So the grip, it just makes it easier to like hold because I can't hold the Switch controller by itself.
The Lite, the screen's probably maybe 80%, 75% of that size, maybe. So I don't know if it would if it would be optimal,
Also, if I'm out and about, I have the map on my phone as well. I have the map, the full map, but it goes based on what you unlock. So this
Wow.
part, I haven't unlocked this region yet. So when I
linked to your
unlock the
game?
region, yes, it's just gonna come up. So
Well, I'm
listen,
excited to hear when you get to a
listen,
boss.
listen,
Like that,
listen.
I'm
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna smoke that boss whenever I see him. I just fought a mini boss yesterday. It was a Lionel, and I whooped that dude's ass. Because I
You
was
know, like
ready.
I've been watching a lot of Dark Souls, stream or Elden
Mhm.
Ring streams lately,
Mhm.
and a lot of people are playing the side bosses they missed the first time because they're playing through the game again after they already beat it,
Mhm.
and they're smoking all these mini bosses like literally 1-2 hits. It's just like,
Bro,
dude, how is that fun? It's
I
supposed to be
actually went
hard.
the first that mini boss that I went to. I actually went just to learn how to fight him because I know there's more of them there, right? So I learned how to like dodge and parry off that one boss. I saved the game before I fought him, and then every time I died, I just load up that again and just go back to fight him again, just to keep going until I learn how to fight him. And then I just whooped his ass, bro.
All right,
When it got serious.
sold.
But yeah,
I'm sold.
Breath of the Wild, it's an amazing game.
Nintendo.
Go play.
Nintendo, if you're listening, put your games on sale and I'll buy it.
I think it's on. I think you can get it for cheaper though.
I don't want put it. The game's what 7 years old at this point.
That's
Like
what I'm
Yeah.
it
saying.
shouldn't be
It should be
$60
$20
still.
at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not gonna drop. Actually, I'm lying. Heartless, you can actually get it for $30 right now from Best
Okay.
Buy.
Done.
No, from Walmart. From
Like
Walmart. You can get it at
physical?
Walmart.
Physical edition. I assume?
Physical. You can
Okay.
get the physical for $30 on Walmart, bro.
Where'd you find
Best
it?
Buy. I can send it to you right now.
Send me that link. Let me see.
It is Walmart, and it's coming directly from Nintendo. It says Nintendo at the top.
All right. Drop that link in chat too. We want everybody playing this game. We want a Zelda revival.
Physical, $30. I just posted in chat. That's a lot of links. But
Look at the
goddamn,
size of that link,
bro, I'm saying, but it is Walmart chat. I promise. No scams.
All right. So, who's working for Nintendo now, huh, Cash? Who's?
I mean, it's just one game, Jeremy.
Yeah. Just one now.
I'm definitely gonna play
Crazy.
Tears of the Kingdom. You see it, right?
I see
All
it.
right, I'm bookmarking this because I want the game now. I'm
bookmarking it.
Yeah. Game's
No,
amazing,
we
bro.
know how you go, Heartless. You just leave the tab open for eternity.
He doesn't bookmark. He just leaves the tab
close your
open.
tabs.
I just got exposed. You guys want a tab count right now?
I'm gonna say 98.
Jesus Christ, Heartless. Really? He's still
Are you
counting.
still counting?
But yeah, this game's amazing.
Right,
I can't stop gushing about
wait,
the
do you
game.
already own Tears of the Kingdom? Are you going to buy Tears of the Kingdom?
I have 45
Yes.
tabs open right now.
I still have to buy it. I don't own it.
I could see a Christmas gift of Tears of the Kingdom on your. That's gonna that's your go-to right there.
I mean,
Mrs.
Twitch
Castro
payout hit.
Tears of the Kingdom for.
If this is still $30, I might just have to buy it because that's kind of crazy.
That's a great price.
That is
a great price for that quality of a game.
Nintendo, and on top of that, come on, bro.
For that quality of a game, any $30 is totally worth it.
Heartless, I promise you can probably get $800 out of this game.
No way.
I'm not kidding.
Honestly,
there's so much you can do.
With a really good RPG, if I get 150 hours, I'm beyond satisfied.
Right, you can get 800. I'm not even joking. There's a lot you need to do in this game.
There is still
there's a lot
that stream this game regularly. This game has a following. It's got a fan base.
Bro, I was actually watching a streamer last night playing the game. Because I was like, yo, I'm fully like, I've done research. Like I learned so much about the game, bro. So much.
I'm sold.
So much.
I'm sold. I'm $30. What a deal! That's like the deal of the year right there. For
quality of the game. I better hope it's still $30 when I get my Twitch pay because they better keep that sale.
Oh, that's right. I don't know how long it's gonna be on for. It doesn't say.
Hey, anyone in chat, gift our boy Heartless here $30 worth of bits. And
You know what? You know what Zelda game I didn't get to play? The one for N64. Not N64, I'm lying. The one for GameCube. I almost want to go back to playing that now.
You mean Twilight Princess?
Twilight Princess. It wasn't Wind Waker. I didn't get to play Wind Waker either. Like, bro, there's so many Zelda. Now I want to go back and play all of them.
I played one on Game Boy Advance that I really like.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Back in the day, I didn't have access. Access was my biggest issue back in the day, right? So a lot of these games I never got to play because a lot of you guys don't know this, but I'm born and raised Jamaican, right? I've only been in America for like, I want to say 11, 12 years. So back then I couldn't really play a lot of these games. If I'm going to get games, I'd have to wait months before I actually got a brand new game, right? So if I asked for it, because I had a brother who lived overseas, so I'd ask for stuff, but you're not getting those things like right away. It doesn't work like that. So
I had the same thing with Ocarina of Time. I didn't own a 64 during the 64 era. So my only family member that we would visit on holidays did. So I only played about 20, 30 minutes of Ocarina of Time for probably 10 years. And then until I finally beat the game, because I only got to play it like in 20, 30-minute sprints every Christmas.
Damn.
It took me that, so.
Bro, it's only in my adulthood where I can actually say I'm starting to like revisit games that I never got to like either beat or just never flat out played, which is why I'm even trying to get like a GameCube right now. If I can't get the game on Switch that was on GameCube, I'm getting a GameCube. No question.
That's crazy.
Oh,
no
for
question.
Me,
I played Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons on Game Boy Advance, and that was a great game to me.
The last
N64.
The last Zelda game that I bought was the one where you could like make yourself like a painting on the walls, and it was like how you solved a lot of the puzzles. I got it for the
3DS. Get a dolphin.
Great one.
I mean, I tried the dolphin, but it doesn't. Dolphin doesn't work for me, Hades. You might need to help me out with that one. If that's the case, then you'd be my hero.
What the fuck is the dolphin?
It's an emulator.
It's a dolphin.
It's an emulator. Like
it's a dolphin
emulator.
Yeah.
Hello, this is an official podcast. It's a dolphin.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Is that some kind of code for something? Or did we just do some kind of shady business deal right now?
You know what it is? It sucks that video game preservation is it's very poor.
Game preservation is in the hands of the companies now. Like they're they want to just keep reselling old classics now. They want control. All the control now.
This is one of the reasons why I kind of have to commend Xbox, because you can play Xbox games all the way back from like the original Xbox. Like you can't really do that with PlayStation that easily.
That's the way I feel about arcade preservation. There are so many games that you used to see in arcades that you literally cannot play now. Unless if they're in some physical edition that was only sold for one time in some old previous gen hardware. Yeah, it's really hard to play these games now.
Bello just asked me, my bad, Bello, I saw your question. Like, did you learn to deflect the beam? Yes, I did. I actually learned how to deflect the beam. I've been just like trial and error a lot of these things. So I'm like, I think I want to say 85% good at deflecting and parrying now. Because before I actually fight a boss, I learned their movements before I actually go in. And
you're gonna roll up on all the bosses like you're like,
Yeah, I'm the boss.
So
I'm the boss.
Yeah.
Hey, look at me. I'm the boss now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. Like the game, bro. It's so fun. So fun. Heartless, please play the game because I want to hear.
You're making me want to play it.
Yes.
I'll check.
Like, I don't think I've ever gushed about any other game on the stream before. Have I ever gushed about a game?
Not really.
On never.
Snap. Marvel Snap.
Marvel Snap, yeah, but Marvel Snap is like a different game. It's more competitive. This is more of like you experience. It's just a vast experience. This reminds me of how people used to talk about like Elder Scrolls, and I never saw it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
You won't know it until you experience it for yourself.
I'm $30 is. I'm absolutely sold. You don't need to say enough said. I'll totally buy it for $30.
Bro, if you need
What a
help,
deal.
even like crafting stuff, I got you because I have notations of it.
I see Cash. He's gonna make his whole channel around Zelda now. It's gonna become a Zelda.
Oh, I'm
channel.
working on a video. I'm working on a video right now.
But shout out to Nintendo. They keep dropping these bangers, these legendary generation defining bangers every console generation. Seriously.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. All right, so let's move on to the actual podcast because we're still on the what are we playing this week segment.
We just spent 30 minutes just talking about Zelda.
Well,
Right? That was
I'm over here
everyone.
on a website for Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons guide, and I'm like, yo, do I get an emulator to play this again? Because I played this as a kid, and now I almost want to play it again. You guys got me thinking about Zelda. Oh my god.
Yeah, bro. Trust me, Breath of the Wild, you're gonna enjoy yourself.
Hey,
I promise.
Hey, Heartless, pick up a copy of Soul Calibur 2. You can play as Link.
All right. So games that got released this week was First Descendant, like we said, but we'll leave that for later on in the segment because that's kind of like the meat and potatoes of this episode. Zenless Zone Zero, which is a free-to-play action RPG developed by
Free?
MiHoYo. Yeah, it is free. Players will embody a proxy as they help others with exploring the hostile alternate dimension called Hollows in the post-apocalyptic futuristic heaven. So I was actually confusing this game with Swag. Welcome in. How am I? Please break down your name for me. I want to say it correctly. Swag? Or is it Swag? Is the P silent? I don't know. I just, what's up? Welcome in. But yeah, okay. Welcome in.
Great name. What a great
No,
name.
it is. It's actually it's Patrick. It's Patrick.
It's P-Swag.
It's Patrick.
What a great name. I love that name.
You don't know who that is?
No.
Patrick.
Patrick. Are we talking?
Think again.
Are we talking?
Oh
like
my
SpongeBob?
God.
Like
No.
from our guest a while ago. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Welcome
Patrick,
back.
Spotlight Games. Welcome in, Patrick. So we actually you missed a segment. We were talking about Breath of the Wild for a second. I was gushing
Cash
over
is
the
all
game.
thirsty for Zelda now, and now he wants to.
Oh, I'm in love with the game. I've had that game for over 4 years, and I've just started playing it, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. But Patrick, I hope you're going to enjoy this episode if you're going to stick around. And welcome in. Please, guys, please go follow Spotlight Gaming Podcast. Wait a minute. Can we give him a shout out?
I just want to say one thing to you.
What's that?
Remember how we were talking earlier about Hollow and how he plays all these different games?
Mm-hmm.
This man is playing Street Fighter X Tekken on stream right now. That's all I got to say.
It's amazing.
This is why he's a video game historian. He's a fighting game historian, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the? Remember, I asked him what game he's gonna do, like a video on next. Is that the one? Is he making a video? Oh, that's
Patrick. Send me the actual name of the website because it's telling me it doesn't exist unless I'm doing it incorrectly.
So the game that Heartless just Cash just described, it apparently it's kind of popping off a little bit. I see a lot of people streaming it, but it's basically your run of the mill Japanese RPG, like nothing reinventing the wheel here.
I don't think I'm gonna really enjoy this game. I was looking at it, but I'm not really intrigued by it.
It's like Persona, but you do actual fighting instead of turn-based.
Yeah, but the draw seems to be there's like this merchant girl or whatever, and obviously she's big and jiggly, and like that's like the marketing around this game. She's everywhere on the marketing, but
yeah. A lot of people are excited to check it out. Namely
a lot of streams
friends of the channel. Yeah. Jolty J is actually excited about it. I don't know about Bello, but the game to me personally just looks like Genshin Impact to me. It's just like an extreme version of Genshin.
From what you read about what I've seen, it's literally the same premise of most JRPGs. Some dimension, some demon dimension in a post-apocalyptic future world. Been there, done that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the target audience. Let's just say that I am not the target audience, and I know that, and it's fine. I won't rag on the game whatsoever. It's just not for me. Another game that came out was Legend of Heroes: Tales Through Daybreak. I don't know this whatsoever, but it's basically it's also a JRPG. You can craft your own gameplay experience and cover and features such as story mode and high speed game mode, which is, I guess, speed running. Is that
It's
what
a
I'm assuming?
it's a kind of a sandbox game. Think
Mhm.
Minecraft RPG, JRPG kind of thing. It combines a lot of those elements together,
Mhm.
where you're able to kind of build your own character, your own village, your own weapons, your own everything. Everything's a sandbox situation here, and you go you go through these like there's a dedicated story mode, but there's also like levels where you can grind out loot and stuff from them. And it's a game like that.
Okay.
Same kind of art style as what you were just describing. With the first one, it's just classic JRPG art style, anime girls, waifus, dudes that look like girls. It's like all that kind of thing.
Okay. All right, and then it's gonna be available on PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC. Um, again,
And this
not
is
my cup
Legend of
of tea.
Heroes.
Mhm.
Yeah, Legend of Heroes.
Yes.
This is also not my cup of tea. So
This is
again,
not my cup of tea, but this is not like the first game that we were just talking about.
The game that I could probably compare it to the most, if anyone knows Star Ocean, that's probably the game I would most compare this to. Very similar to that. If anyone knows. If you know, you know.
I see.
I don't. So I guess I don't.
That makes two of us. That makes two of us.
Yeah, see? It's just kind of, if you've seen one JRPG, you've seen them all.
Wait,
It
isn't
also
there
kind of
multiple
looks like
Breath of the Wilds?
no,
no. This looks like Think to me though. What's that game we just talked about just now?
No, wait. I'm Confusion Project.
What's the game that we were just talking about?
Oh, but
Not
you see what Project
Genshin.
just said? He said, I only have the first Breath of the Wild, though, as a heads up. What does that mean?
He just has the original Breath of the Wild. He doesn't have the sequel. There's Breath of the Wild, and then there's
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom is a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the new one that just released.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's that game was like game of the year contender last year. A lot of people, when it came out, everyone thought it was gonna win, but then Baldur's Gate came out and it stole it from it. A lot of people still say that actually.
Patrick says the JRPG disrespect. JK, I know it's not y'all bag.
Yeah.
I like the style a lot. It's just the gameplay that's not for me.
What it reminds me of
Well, if you've ever played Tales of Arise, it's
no,
like that.
no. Give me a second. What was the game that we were just talking about? Persona. Reminds me of Persona.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, these
It looks
games
like Persona.
they're like Persona, but with like you do the action. Well, not this one, the other one.
Yeah.
Zenless Zone. Zenless Zone looks good though.
Yeah.
It's like Persona, but you do the fighting, and the action looked pretty cinematic. And I like cinematic action. I can't lie. So
I like this art style. It's just a very good. It's a standard go-to art style for JRPGs. You know what you're getting, and I appreciate it in that sense. And I like Final Fantasy games. Huge fan of Final Fantasy games. It's worth checking out, I guess. But no, I won't buy it.
Okay. But yeah. Okay.
we got any DLCs or expansions?
Yes, Jeremy, I'll let you take this one away.
Final Fantasy 14 dropped expansion Dawn Trail. I guess you could call this part of Square Enix's aggressive approach.
Wait, this is
still
a sequel to the new one that just came out last year?
This is Final Fantasy 14. This is for 14. The online sort of the online Final Fantasy.
Yeah, this game's huge.
Yeah, it's got a big fan base. A lot of people play
does.
this game.
It does.
Yeah, this is their newest expansion.
Is it worth getting into?
I personally don't like the world of Final Fantasy VII. It's got a lot of the things you want.
7 or 14?
Or 14, sorry. I don't.
Yeah, okay.
I personally don't like the world of it because I don't know. For me, as a Final Fantasy gamer, they've always had an end to them. You know what I mean? They're always like one contained story, and this is not that. It's over expanding. So I don't know. That kind of has turned me off. But yeah, if this is your
because you don't have that romance or the death of a romance. So
I haven't played enough of it to know if anyone
to.
dies, but it's cool. It's got everything you would want out of a Final Fantasy game. The combat, it's got the male protagonist. It's cool.
Do we necessarily want the male protagonist?
Hey, I like them. As a Final Fantasy fan, I never gravitated towards 14. I always liked the mainstay console titles, the self-contained world, one playthrough kind of thing, and then you do the side stuff. That's what I've always liked better. I always felt the story more engrossing, but I didn't get enough into this one to really know if the story was going anywhere. But normally Final Fantasy stories grab me within the first maybe 10 hours. And this one didn't. So that's usually a bad sign.
It takes you 10 hours to get gripped by a game.
Well, that's just, Final Fantasy games are kind of slow in the beginning. They're pretty slow overall in the beginning. They always are.
Okay.
They do all this. The first probably always 6 to 10 hours of a Final Fantasy game are always just world building. Introducing you to the magic.
They gotta let you know
selling this time, the whatever kind of apocalyptic situation, the political state of the world. It takes them that long to always go over that stuff.
Well, damn.
But hey, if you like it,
if that's your bag, bro, if that's your cup of tea,
if that's your thing, go for it. But I like my self-contained Final Fantasy stories personally.
Alrighty. All right. So, say again.
What's your favorite Final Fantasy?
Me? Sure. 7. Well, 7 has always been my favorite. It'll always be my favorite. Anyone who has been through the Final Fantasy story from start to finish knows what I'm talking about. That story will.
I think 10 is the better story, but I don't know.
They're both great.
They're both great stories.
7 came out at a time in my life where I was a young kid, and there weren't any games like 7 at that time. Like, it was groundbreaking experience narratively at the time, and it just hit different, and it still does, so just from that, the nostalgia part of it'll always hit like that for me. It's like watching your favorite movie or reading your favorite book. It has that, it tugs at the heartstrings,
for sure.
10 came out when I was older and more mature, so the storylines, while I did appreciate them, it didn't hit the same because games were already at this point where it was kind of transitioning into all kinds of games were telling these stories. Metal Gear had already came out, it was like already an established thing, so it hit different, and I was more mature. I was like maybe 12 at the time when Final Fantasy 7 came out. I was 1997. I was 8 years old, or 8 or 9. So it was right on the cusp, of formative years. And like I said, games like that didn't exist at that time. It was so different. It was so different, Final Fantasy 7, when it came out. And there was nothing like it on the market at the time.
Okay. Well, yeah. Moving on. So Xdefiant's new season just got released this week. The official first season of Xdefiant is now live and boasts a 90-tier battle pass. New season also brings Team Rainbow Operators of JSK, which is from Rainbow Six, and 3 new maps and ranked play. I don't know if Germ's playing the game. I know Heartless isn't. He still can't play the game, but I'm still enjoying Xdefiant. I don't know if it's the game is getting patched, so now I feel like I'm getting better, or I'm actually getting better at the game, but I'm
Probably a
enjoying the
mix of
game a
both.
lot more. It's probably a combination of both,
So this
because I'm
whole time
enjoying the
it
game a
doesn't
lot
have
more.
ranked play. So what have you been doing this whole time? If it didn't have
I've
ranked
been
play?
mostly unranked. It's been mostly unranked. Like the rank play was there, but it was like I think it need fine tuning, and that's what they were doing. So now it's
Okay.
like officially live. Before it was kind of like in like a beta state.
Are
Here's
these
the
games
thing.
free to play? Are you can you know
Yeah,
you
the
don't
game's
use
free
your
to play. The game's
oh
free to play. So here's my take on Xdefiant. I think Xdefiant is not trying to compete with Call of Duty, even though fans are trying to have it compete with Call of Duty. I think this game is kind of in a very I guess you could say unique position. It can like carve out its own place within this space. Is this a free to play game? But I think it's kind of filling that void that Call of Duty left behind. And hear me out for a second. Call of Duty is now basically fucking Fortnite. Let's just
It
keep
is.
it. Let's keep it
Mhm.
real. Call of Duty is no longer like a hyper realistic shooter. I
Oh
think
yeah.
X-Defiant is filling that hole. It's
What was
filling
the
that
most
slot.
recent DLC of the chicken thing where they had the chicken
Bro,
gun? Like it's
damn
getting
the
really
chicken.
absurd.
We've
Yeah.
had Godzilla and King Kong in
Yeah.
Call of Duty. When did that become a thing in a
King
shooter?
Kong
When they
or
realized
Nicki
they had to compete
Minaj.
with Epic Games.
But Nicki
Exactly.
Minaj can cap you in the face. You know, it's like
Bro, they got
Bro.
Homelander, A-Train.
yeah.
What's it, what's that the black character? The Black Noir. He's
Yeah,
in
they
there
got
as
them.
well.
They got the boys.
Bro, they have everything. So it's like that's what Xdefiant is capitalizing on. And I freaking love it because I love that era in Call of Duty where like never mind people will say like, oh, but what about the force fields and all that stuff? Like, listen, yeah, I get it. But for the most part, the game is hyper realistic. That's the point.
Yeah.
And
That
that's what
is
people are
so
gravitating
far
to.
been the confusing part for me from a spectator, having not played the game. I can't
Mhm.
comment on the play, but I have a feeling it's fun to play
game's
because
fun to
of all the
play.
mechanics in it.
It was not
But
fun when I was getting
watching
shot
it is really confusing
instantly.
because
It's
of what you
gotten
just
better.
said. The shield thing, it's in different mechanics like those. Like
But
it's
those shields are from like Rainbow Six. So it's like, remember, it's taking from multiple properties under the Ubisoft umbrella. So it's taking from Splinter Cell. It's taking from
Really?
Rainbow Six. It's taking from Watch Dogs. It's taking from Far Cry. Like all of these things are
well,
from
that's what I find
multiple properties.
difficult
Oh yeah,
from a
there was the
spectator
Far Cry
perspective.
map.
If something crazy will
Yes.
happen, and I wasn't expecting it, but
Mhm.
it's not like the good kind of unexpected. You know, it's like
What do you
I was
mean?
expecting like a real type of interaction because it's got this realistic look to it. You know, for the game, like the designs and stuff.
The game is
And
realistic for the most part. I
they
think the
do
game.
some outrageous stuff with the powers and the guns. You know.
No. I don't think so. I don't think so. I
Well,
don't think the game is like unrealistic per se. Like, all right, so each faction comes with their own
you
like
don't think
unique
it kind of
perks.
borders in that sci-fi realm a little bit?
I mean, I guess you could say that, yeah, because it's all the like tech, but that's coming from like certain properties. Like I'm saying, the game for the most part it's more focused on like being like a hyper realistic shooter. There's no like besides the futuristic stuff. Like if you get down just to like shooting, that's what the game is. It's just like a nice shooter. It's a very
So
comfortable shooter.
out of all like the current main like modern like stream shooters on the market today, is the Xdefiant like your go-to right now? Is that like your go
Yes,
this time?
I would play Xdefiant over any other shooter currently. Like in regards to like a first person shooter
You think
game.
that'll stay the same when
Competitive.
like Concord and some of these other ones come out?
What is Concord again? I still think Xdefiant is gonna be a stronger title.
Okay, nice.
Because again, it's filling that void that Call of Duty left behind. There's no other game that you can say is taking up that space.
You know, to put that in perspective is, you know, I work with an esports team and the COD team is apparently really struggling because, you know, they kick players out and acquiring talent in COD, well, if you want to even use that word, has been very difficult because there aren't a
Plus,
lot
they're
of
making
COD
their own league.
players that are interested in like being pro anymore. It feels like it's become a little
COD is dying.
Yeah, it's like it's dying
Yeah.
a little bit.
COD is dying. Like again, we've already looked at the numbers.
Yeah.
COD was like below like less than 20 right?
It
It
used to
was
not
like,
be like that. Rewind 2 years, and yeah, COD was the king of the hill. Like, it was so easy to find
I remember there
players.
was a lot of hype when they were rebooting the Modern Warfare series.
Yeah.
yeah. And they're hiding behind the Call of Duty HQ, and I'm gonna stick to my guns with that one. They're
Yeah.
hiding behind
They're
the
bundling
the
all
whole.
their
Well,
Yep, and they're
the first
hiding
thing
behind
that
that for
Microsoft probably
investors.
hurt a little bit, and the way they've been aggressively microtransactioning the game and the DLC bullshit, they're selling full supposed games, that only have
But
4-hour campaigns. Like, all that stuff is added up to now.
I feel like all of those things are already in effect before Microsoft took it over, though. Microsoft is just basically just like they came in right at that point where all that shit was happening. Now, what they do moving forward after all this shit is then on Microsoft.
Yeah.
Because there's things that were in like a weird transitional period. Like, so
Can
you
COD
can't fully put that on Microsoft per se. You get what I'm saying?
do we think
Is it
COD can, like, take back its place at the top, the food chain
I don't think so.
with shooters?
no,
I
no,
think there's
because
too much
it's
variety.
gotten way too it's gotten way too outrageous. And if they niche down back to what they used to be, it's gonna lose a lot of fans.
You don't think there could be a Street Fighter 4 type, like, game to bring all the players back? I'm not saying, like something
Yeah,
like a game like that, well, but
it's gotten too big.
nostalgia thing could revive
You
it.
gotta
It's
understand.
gotten
You gotta
too big.
understand. Street Fighter 4 really helped save the FGC because the FGC was dying because arcades was dying, not because fighting games were bad.
Well, Street Fighter 4 came out at the time where the FGC was away from the public opinion because Street Fighter was gone. Its biggest draw was gone. There were fighting games at the time. Tekken was still coming out. All these other games were coming out, but Street Fighter wasn't there, and nothing new at least. And when Street Fighter 4 hit the scene, man, like, it was like Disney came back. Like Disneyland reopened. It was the biggest pop culture thing at the time. It was so huge. And now that since Street Fighter was back, it basically jump started the whole scene. Scene would not be today what it is today without that game. It is a huge turning point in gaming, I think. But I'm just wondering if COD could have a game like that. I know Halo could. If
I doubt
Halo came back with like a game that was like really that the fans loved and new fans loved it just as much, it would revive Halo
What do
instantly.
Halo fans want?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question. That we have to ask the diehard fan in the
We
chat,
gotta
which
ask
is
the
Hades.
expert. We
Yeah.
gotta ask the Halo expert.
Well, like I was saying, I feel like Call of Duty has strayed way too far from what it started off as, and it's just I don't think it's gonna be hard for them to go back to that, like,
Is Black Ops
for lack
6,
of better terms, humble or
is
modest
Black Ops 6 an
gameplay.
attempt to return to that form? Because it's like a historic game,
But we can't say until we see it firsthand.
You know, they're gonna keep releasing new Call of Duties, but at the end of the day, I think it's gonna be Warzone that has people's attention, and they're gonna release. I think they're gonna release new games every year just to remind people that Call of Duty is a franchise, and that people are gonna play it. They're gonna stay on Warzone, and they're gonna put their microtransactions for Warzone. And
this is why I think Xdefiant is also standing out as well. You're getting that traditional like playlist, right? Where you have your different modes. Warzone is Warzone like, do you have different modes in Warzone, or is it just like this big
quad
map?
Yeah, you have like just.
But it's pretty much battle royale. It's still a battle royale. But so with this, it's not. It's different. You have different playlists. You have the team deathmatch and all that stuff, which Call of Duty still has, but it's not a priority for them. Warzone is a priority for them now.
Yeah,
and you can get skins and all this stuff in this game, and it's free to play, but you can still pay for your skins. That's how this game is monetizing, and it's not like aggressive in any stretch of the imagination. For me, anyways, I don't have to spend money on the game if I don't want to.
Yeah.
And you're still getting that gameplay. So this is why I love Xdefiant, because I was never a fan of like battle royales in general, and I don't like the Warzone. I don't like Warzone. I'm not a fan of it.
Do you think Xdefiant will be here in a year?
No.
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Like it'll still be holding its players, because that seems to be the hardest thing these
I think
days.
PvE games
holding their
are
players.
kind of not. They don't live long lives.
It's not PvE. Xdefiant is not a PvE
Oh,
game.
my
It's a
bad. I thought we
PvP.
were talking about.
Oh, you're talking about oh yeah, no.
Xdefiant.
No. Xdefiant.
My
It feels like
Xdefiant
games
yeah,
will
is
be
gonna be here.
holding player
Yeah.
bases these days. Like, granted, you're
And
never gonna hold
Templars might be coming
regardless,
to the game as well, bro, from Assassin's Creed. And if Templars come, I'd love to see what they do with the Templars in this game.
And
Wow.
Xdefiant?
Yes. So it's like an assassin class.
I don't buy it.
That'd be dope.
I do not see the
Well, remember-
Templars being in.
No, remember they had future Templars in Assassin's Creed, so they might be just using the future Templars.
I see.
My esports team, X Element, has been kind of tossing around the idea of having a Xdefiant team, and
Xdefiant has its own league, by the way.
Yeah,
Ubisoft is
I've heard
funding a
about
new
it.
league.
But I've always I don't know, the game's too new in my opinion to just jump on aggressively
I
from
mean-
an esports perspective. But not being an FPS guy, I don't want to.
It might be.
I would get it on the
networking
ground
with
floor.
Xdefiant
Yeah.
players though.
Yeah, I would get it on the ground floor, personally,
Yeah.
because again, I feel like the player base is getting bigger.
Shout off in chat would you guys show up to spectate Xdefiant games? Because I'm genuinely curious. But I'm genuinely curious. But I only deal with the FGC side.
I don't
so
think they would do team deathmatch in. I don't think they do team deathmatch in the Xdefiant League though. They do like all those objective based missions, like the objective based modes.
capture the flag kind of stuff.
Capture the flag, the not domination, but the what's it, occupy, and all those things. Just like what Overwatch,
Okay.
does. So that's what they do.
Escort missions. No, thank you. I hate
Yeah, those. But I love those because it's more objective based. You're not just like shooting brainlessly into. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I do like that. I like that. There's strategy to the gameplay.
Makes sense. You stream the game more, Cash, because I want to watch more of the gameplay. And
I do stream the game. I play it.
Stream it more because I know you do it a squad night quite often, but stream it more. I want to check it out more.
Okay, for sure. But yeah, that's a lot for Xdefiant. But guys, if you're interested to go check it out. By the way, I'm also an Ubisoft partner, so shout out to Ubisoft for providing early copies of the game.
Whose pockets are being lined now, huh?
My pockets aren't being lined. That's not even why. I actually reached out. Because you don't have to sign up for it if you don't want it. I like the game, which is why I signed up for it, and I got it. So.
Riot's got me on the edge of my feet, edge of the seat. It's like I've signed up for the 2XKO alpha, and I still haven't heard back. It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him yet either.
Yeah,
I signed up for the Capcom Creators thing.
Let's go.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
What they say?
They said they're
gonna give me $1 million. Just kidding. I have not heard from them.
Not yet. It takes a while.
Yeah,
it takes a while.
They hire like in bunches, so they'll hold on to it until they're ready to get more.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on. I don't think we are. I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna skip this section, guys. We're gonna go down to Nintendo. Nintendo reveals its stance on generative AI in first-party games. Nintendo recently assured gamers that it won't be using generative AI in its first-party games anytime soon. Now, how do we feel about this? And we've shared our thoughts about AI here, and I think we're kind of like on two different sides of the camp when it comes to this. But like I'm kind of in the middle when it comes to all of this. Heartless, I know where Heartless stands when it comes to AI, and I know where Germ stands when it comes to AI.
I'm not going to dive into the political side of AI, but I think it's kind of interesting. For me, this article points out that Nintendo, I doubt that Nintendo consoles in anytime soon, in the next maybe couple of generations, may not even able to run generative AI. That's why probably Tears of the Kingdom took so long to come out after Breath of the Wild. Well, years, right? Because they build that stuff probably from scratch, not from AI.
I'm sorry, I'm being immature right now. After what?
the Tears of the Kingdom probably came out years. That's why it came out so long after Breath of the Wild. It took forever because they
That's
build
not what
that
I heard before. I was hoping you said it again, Heartless.
they build that stuff like for not from AI. They build it the hard way. That's why it takes so long.
Reaper, what's good? Welcome in. But yeah, again, I don't really. This doesn't phase me in any way, shape, or form. Cash is 13. Yes,
So,
I am. The night I want it to be.
Another layer to add on to the story is President Shuntaro
Shintaro Furukawa.
Emphasizes Nintendo's focus on
I
creating
did. That's
unique
exactly how you
content
say it.
that cannot be replicated. So that probably means IPs. They don't want AI generated content. It's probably too easy to copy on like a thing like ChatGPT and different forms like that, which makes absolute sense. And they said then they have an interesting stance here saying that generative AI can lead to issues with IP rights, which leads into what I just said earlier. So, like, how do you determine when something was generated, how it was generated, who generated it first? Brings up a lot of interesting questions.
Reaper said this man must have spent a day practicing that. Reaper, is it that obvious?
I don't even think it came out sounding that good. But
did you type his name into like a Google Translate and have it speak to you?
No, I practice it. No, I practice it, bro.
Yeah, I personally think that companies are going to use whatever tools they want to use to make whatever they want to make, and if the product is good, people are going to buy it.
Yeah. Your reaction from Zelda is enough evidence that I need. That whatever it is that Nintendo's doing is working, so they don't need to change. They don't need to change anything. What they're doing is working.
Why is this game switch to fucking First Descendant? Give me a second.
That's crazy.
You saw that just now?
I was like, what's going on? We about to play some games?
When did this happen? First Descendant just hacked me, bro.
What happened? What?
My category just switched to First Descendant.
You got some you got that malware launching on here,
bro. The backlash against AI art assets has hit hard. AI has been contested point of legal issues with regards to copyright through. Yeah, Reaper.
I think it leans into what I said. Like, who actually owns AI generated art? Is it the company that created the AI generator? Is it the person that asked for the AI to make it? Who actually owns it?
I think if a company has a generator and you pay for the service, everything that you generate from it should be yours.
It should be.
It should be, yeah, but
like, what do you agree to when you agree to use that
like
service?
a certain percentage?
Like, what do you agree to when you agree to use that service? It's like there's always fine print somewhere. It brings up interesting questions, and I think that's what this article is kind of pointing at. Is it puts these kind of gray areas in these sort of licensing areas. So I can understand where Nintendo's coming from. But again, Nintendo, they don't need to change what they're doing. Like they like look what they announced a remake, a port of a bunch of Marvel titles, and we all went crazy. Nintendo doesn't need to change anything.
But that's not Nintendo. That was Capcom. Yeah. You're giving Nintendo too much credit there. That was Capcom.
Still,
I mean, this is what would make sense to me. I don't know if this is how it goes, but I'd imagine if I was creating a generator, I would pay artists for their art to be used in my generator, and then I would sell a service. And then the person who spits out, who uses the generator, if they pay for the service, they should have the right to do whatever they want with the thing. But
the thing is, with AI art, you can't specifically tell who it's drawing its inspiration from, because this is pulling from multiple faculties from the internet.
I stand by what I said last week. AI should be used, to do chores around my house and do laundry. I should be the one. Humans should be the ones, doing the art. Because AI is taking care of the bullshit of life.
I mean,
that's what I think.
You can't control what people do with their technology.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's the freedom of choice. Yeah,
it's the freedom of choice. If they want to create softwares that As long as they're compensating people, though,
I
But they're
view
not.
it. I
They're
view it
not
in
going
the
to.
way we view fast food versus fine dining. Like, yes, fast food will satisfy you, and it'll, fill you up. It'll do what you need it to do. But if you're looking for that one-on-one, really personal experience, you're gonna go to like a really nice restaurant, and it's gonna be more personable. It's gonna be more handmade. It's gonna be more high quality.
What Reaper
More,
said.
yeah. So
You do need a very large sample size to make the generator any good.
Right.
So I think that's the difference between AI versus. I think that's where we're going to continue to progress. Is AI is going to be like that quick solution. It'll get the job done. It'll do what you need it to do, but it'll just lack that sort of fine-tuned appeal that you might get if you pay a little more to get a more human situation, human touch to the project. But AI has its place. I'm not thrashing AI at all. AI has its place.
Hades got the right idea.
Oh,
What do you say?
Yeah, I think that if a company had enough money to pay artists, they created a generator, and that generator became a service for other huge companies to use. Like, imagine Epic Games is like, yo, we want it to AI generate all sorts of textures for our Unreal Engine and stuff like that. Like, if everyone's getting compensated along the way, I do not see a problem with big companies deciding to use AI as a tool
I think
in their
that is
creation.
taking away the busy work, like I mentioned earlier, like the sort of mundane, continuous repetitiveness.
Yeah.
That's not art. But
Yeah,
the actual
and
like
people are like,
creating the
"Yo."
character design, that's different. Like that will require a little more human touch.
What about concept art?
That's what I'm referring to right now. Is the concept art would be sort of the human touch, and you can plug that into an AI generator.
Not necessarily with concept art. What if I had an idea and I wanted to write it out and I wanted to send it over to a concept artist, but I wanted him to actually have like a visual? I could put that in a prompt, send it to him, and kind of give him an idea of what I want that to look like.
Yeah, but it takes me back to my analogy of like fast food versus like fine-tuned experience. Like yes, like hey, here's the general idea, the outline of what I
Hmm.
want you to do.
Hmm.
Like our notes here. Our notes just kind of give us a general idea of what we're going to talk about. But we're going to go off on our own tangents. We're going to talk about our own experiences. We're going to personalize it ourselves. That's it. It's like it's a tool to spur creativity, not create. Just use alone. You know.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's where I think AI shines the brightest. I think, in addition to the tour thing I mentioned.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I get that.
So, music, right?
Right.
You like AI generated music. Could you not just make a generator with copyright-free music?
Lo-fi channels kind of thing.
Not even that. Just like you could even take famous music. I believe there's like a certain amount of years, and once it's past those years, you could use that music in your work. Like you can use that music in your movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, for that, could you not just make one of those with a bunch of free stuff and people use that generator and it would just be a tool?
I think you're referring to music sampling. Is that kind of what you're referring to, or am I off
Not
base?
even. Let's just say I was making a movie and I wanted a musical piece. So I go to an AI generator and I get it to spit me out a piece of music. But I pay for that service and that service only uses copyright free music. Then am I cheating anybody?
Well, here's the question: Is I created that with the generator? Could I copyright it? I typed in the instructions. Could I copyright that?
I
I mean,
mean,
the music that
if you
is
pay for
spat
the
out.
service, I would
Mhm.
imagine that you would want a service that allows you the rights to whatever you generate.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Uh,
the same thing. Like if you like say for instance, you're using an editing software. If you edit in that editing software,
That should be
you
mine.
Can you not copyright that? You can. You can copyright that
Like
because
if
you
I
made it
use
in that software.
Google and it gives me results, do I own those results?
That's
No,
very
but that's different. You're searching the web at that point, but with this, you're creating something. You're actually creating something with on a platform.
Yeah, yeah. There, I see the validity. I see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have like an opinion on this. I'm just trying to think on both sides of the
Mhm.
coin, you know?
For me, it's like I just don't know. As I said with my analogy, it would fit a purpose, but would it fit all purposes? Probably not. That's the thing is, and it's gonna fall along those realms of like easy and accessible versus premium. Premium's gonna cost you more. That's just the nature of premium. And so AI is gonna be the sort of cheap one that you can just get real quick. If you need it real quick, if you're in a crunch, um, or if you're trying to shortcut, you know,
Mhm.
um, that's how I see this playing out. Um,
Okay.
and just from a philosophical sense, like from a human nature, sort of teaching the future generations, like, is that really healthy to be teaching them like, oh, just do the easy way, So, but that's a whole nother conversation, Um, yeah,
Again, it still to me, it still goes back down to how you use it as a tool. Because at the end of the day, if you look at it as just a tool and not a cheat code or a get out of jail free card, then I think
I
that's the
know
best way to look
you,
at it.
Heartless, would not be as good at jury if you didn't put in the work. There's no instant I'm good at jury button. So, and I think this falls along those lines. If you want the best results, you have to put in the work. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
The only thing I see, like the benefit of AI, the only thing I see is it's like for dreamers, right? If I like the idea of cinematography. If I were to buy a camera and I started recording stuff and I wanted to attach music to my thing, you know what I'm saying? AI would allow somebody who's just like good at one thing to turn that passion into something more than that.
Not, I'll take it even further with that. I'll think about somebody who's an aspiring like game developer, and they're the only one. They don't have the facilities to pay like a whole team to create a game, so they use the AI to build a game. Are you saying that person doesn't deserve to create a game because they didn't have the facilities? I don't think so.
I
If
don't
they
think
have a vision, if they have a dream and they have a vision, and they can make this game, and this game comes out, and it's like a 5 out of 5 game, are we just gonna give all that credit to AI? No, we're giving it to this person because they had a vision and they stuck to that vision and that game came out amazing. Like if you have a crap vision and you create a game, that game's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to
no
sell.
matter
yeah,
how much AI you
but
have.
No
that
matter
is
how much AI you have.
absolutely valid point, Cash. And the only comment I will say on it is there was a human intelligence there crafting the end experience.
Oh, but that's
So
exactly what we're talking about.
yeah, um, that produced a good product, and
Mhm.
that's what would be praised is like you had the vision and you had the desire and you had the talent and you saw the vision through, and yeah, there's beauty in that.
Yeah,
100%.
so
Yeah.
okay, so if people are accepting that and whatever comes out and it's amazing, isn't that because whoever is on that end, like whoever's prompting at that point, has a vision and that is what they came up with?
Ultimately, you have to decide how your products are going to come out by the who's going to be buying them. If you're trying to make something and no one buys it, that was a waste of your time, a waste
No,
of
but
your
that's what I'm saying. If it sells, are you then saying that's still a waste of their time if it sells? Not.
No, that was what I was about to lean into. Like, you have to keep when you're making something, you have to keep in mind the end user. You know what I mean? And if they like it, or if it works for them, or if it feels like a need, or it does whatever, if it does something for the end user, you've accomplished your goal as a creator, artist,
I will
whatever.
say this.
Uh,
If you generate art with AI,
Mhm.
you are not an artist.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You are
That I can agree on.
cannot
You
sell
are
that.
you're just a
And
that I
creator.
can
You
agree
are
on.
not an artist.
Yeah.
That thing that you generate from the AI art is just like if that thing ends up becoming just a small piece of something much bigger in your vision, then yes, you are an artist.
Mhm.
But
I guess you
what
can
Hayden
compare
said,
that.
generating
it's-
art, undercutting artists, and selling that, you are not an
Mhm.
artist, and you
I
should
guess
not
you
be
could
selling
compare
art.
that to the difference between like a YouTube content creator and like a filmmaker. Like,
Put it this way:
yeah,
if 95% of your work is AI, then you're not a creator. You're not an artist.
you could
I-
compare that to
I
like
don't even
content
care if
creator versus
everything.
movie maker.
If you
Movie
made a
maker is
game,
so
if you
much
made a
bigger
full
than a
ass
content
game and
creator.
everything in your game was AI generated, but you made a
Mm.
full ass fucking game
Mhm.
like to today's standards, I cannot
Mhm.
call you anything short of an artist. That is artistry right there. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I would use the word creator or director. I don't know about the word artist,
Bro,
but I would
it is
definitely
an
use the
art
word
to put
director or
together
creator.
a million moving pieces. That is an art to put together a million moving pieces.
And to use AI is something different.
You know,
As in, and I'm agreeing with you, Heartless. Like
both
if you're
me and
using
you-
AI to do something like that, I think that's amazing.
both me
Yeah.
and you, Heartless, have managed restaurants, and some would call that an art, right?
It is an art.
Managing
It
people,
is an
managing
art.
personalities, managing
Management.
quality.
That's why I say this because it is an art. Yo, if
I like
somebody
that,
were
Hades.
if somebody were to like if you told me somebody AI generated every instrument in an album, like let's say this not like the song itself was generated, but they generated samples of every instrument and they chopped them up and they put them together and they made a song, I would tell you that's fucking art.
All right, pause for a second. I'm gonna do a very an example of AI right now.
Are you
I don't know if
making
you're
AI thing?
What are you doing?
Oh, is this music?
this music right now is AI generated.
Yeah.
Did you pay for this?
No.
Or is it free?
So this is my opinion on this. Cash is still an artist because he's putting together a show. Not because the song is in the show, but because he's putting together a show.
Yeah, the music is just for the ambiance.
Yeah, you're still an artist for this.
All right, thank you.
You know, yeah. So
Yes. The
Well, yeah,
Cap is the man.
we're the men. We're the men.
we're the men.
Shout out to WG Maury. He couldn't be here for that little bro fest.
Oh my god. That's funny.
Miss you, bro.
All right, going back to the main topic, we kind of went off on
Yeah,
a serious
like, I
tangent
got-
there.
We
that
love
got
to
really,
like, fight about AI.
AI so much, bro.
That got philosophical. That got
I think-
philosophical. Or whatever.
Philosophical.
Philosophical, yeah.
Cash
Good
to cash
stuff,
for
though.
using AI. Wow, Reaper. Wow. But it's I feel like it's a healthy tangent to go on because I think this should still be an ongoing conversation. One. And two, we just need to find a common ground when it comes to AI. I feel like
I'd
we're
rather talk
still not
about
there.
this than Suicide Squad Killer Justice
Yeah.
League.
Why did you bring it up, Marcus?
Because I had to.
It's gonna come back one more time today in this episode. Just wait for it. Wait for it. Thank you for bringing it up.
AI, there's just like kind of an ethical kind of gray area / dilemma that that smarter people than us have to figure out.
In other Nintendo news, they also considered 30 plus million copies sold to be big hits, striving for a standard with every idol. So if a game doesn't sell 30 million copies, Nintendo doesn't consider it, which is crazy to even think about. So I'm starting to think now, what games underperform for Nintendo that we thought were hits?
This really explains why we haven't seen series like Metroid in a long time. You know, series is
like Metroid was a success to me.
Yeah, but 30 million units.
Metroid Dread. Let's look at Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread was the latest one to release.
Yeah, let's check it out.
What did that sell?
And then while you do that, I'll look up like Metroid Prime.
I'm trying to get a list of Nintendo's sales.
So Metroid Prime sold 2.8 million copies, and this is the GameCube version, like the OG one. So 2.8 million copies. That's definitely a lot less than 30
Which
million.
one?
Metroid Prime, the original, their OG GameCube, 2.8 million copies.
Damn.
I think
Yeah,
gaming
so
was
that's
smaller back
far
then.
from 30 million. So
Yeah,
according
exactly.
to Nintendo's eyes, that's a flop.
That
I
was
would
a
never
flop
see
for
Star
them.
Fox. Shout out to JB.
So Star Fox is dead, bro.
So
Yo, so Metroid Dread also sold 3 million units.
yeah, see? So according to Nintendo, those great games are flops. Those fan favorite games are flops to them.
I think that could be considered. What was the budget behind this game? Now that's another question.
Yeah, I'm sure it made its money, but they're looking for, they're looking for
Metroid Dread budget. Let's find out. Metroid Dread budget. There we go. Good question. Thank you.
Let's see, Metroid Prime budget.
I can't find anything because Nintendo tend to
So
keep these things on the rep.
according to Wikipedia, it cost 100. Wait, Metroid Prime had a budget 34 per year.
Guys, if you know the budget of Metroid Dread, please let me know in the chat. If you're or ask me on Twitter.
As if they'd know it off the top of their heads.
You got people that probably know that follow these things.
The information here is conflicting. One part says
thank you for the resub.
150 to 200 million, but that can't be right. And then the other,
they don't know. They don't know.
And then another says 4 to 5 million. So I don't know. There's conflicting information here.
So speculation, they don't know, because if you're gonna say between 100 to 200 million,
There's
don't
no
know.
way
You don't have an exact amount.
The OG from GameCube was a $200 million game. There is no way.
No, there's no way.
So that I call
2 million for what year was that? 2021, 2022, or about 2023? And you're saying that's a 2 million? No, you're bugging. Back then, no, that's inflated prices. Unless you're adjusting for inflation. I'm sorry, that's not possible. I want to know. I don't know. It doesn't say. I'm even trying to see
all the numbers here, budget wise. You can find the sales numbers.
You should be able to find that on like some Nintendo platform, like Nintendo Financial. Nintendo financial statements. I need to see their financial statements of 2021.
But still, 30 million copies of a game. Can we even think in game? Let me see if I can. What games have sold 30 million copies? Oh, we know GTA has. GTA 6.
Mario Kart, Animal Crossing, Super Smash Bros, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Scarlet Violet, Sword Shield, Super Mario Party.
All right, so I found their annual report. So let me see what they made.
All right, so games that have sold over 30 million. We have Diablo 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Stardew Valley. We have Super Mario Brothers Wii.
By the way, Stardew Valley was made by one man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Breath of the Wild has sold. Smash Ultimate, Mario Kart Wii, Wii Fit. Yeah, pretty much almost all of these titles are all Pokemon titles. Almost all. Minecraft here sits
Shout out to Pokemon.
300.
I can see them making money off. I can see them making money off Pokemon for sure. Pokemon's probably their biggest. Besides, next to Mario, their biggest.
The Pokemon company is the biggest company, one of the biggest companies on Earth, or the IPs on Earth. It's like it's one of the biggest on Earth.
Yeah, because the card sell, man, some absorbent amount of money, bro.
So pretty much, based on that, what we just read off there, almost every single Nintendo game underperformed according to Nintendo. That's crazy.
Pokemon is only number 2 to Mario, and 2 said that.
That's crazy to me.
That's just great. I mean, good for them for trying to shoot for the moon, but I hope they're not putting too much budget into games if they're expecting returns like these, because I don't think they're gonna get it. It's just a game usually gets most of its sales in the first couple months, of its release, maybe even less than that. And,
all right. First party
outside of games like Pokemon or big games like those, I don't know if you're going to capture 30 million people to play your game.
it's kind of, why is it so hard to find like sales for Metroid, bro?
Because there are none.
Maybe. Maybe that's why these franchises we don't see very often. There's, like we always ask, like Capcom and Nintendo, like where are these old franchises? Maybe this is why.
Nintendo very secretive fact, but like they're a public, aren't they a public traded company? No,
They're
am I wrong about that?
I don't know if they're. I don't know.
In Japan.
If they're public, then their statements should be public. If not, I could be wrong about this. I think they are. I think they're private. I'm lying. I think they're private.
They have a board. In order to be a publicly traded company, you have to have a board of directors, and I don't know if Nintendo's got that.
I have to double check that. I don't want to spread misinformation.
Yeah, we don't want to spread. Well, we are a quality news outlet here.
No, Nintendo's public. Nintendo is a public company headquarters in Japan with an estimated 7,317 employees. So yeah, it is a public traded company. So why the fuck can't we find good financial statements?
I don't think they're in our stock market. They're
they're not in the U.S.
Japan,
yeah.
Different regulations.
So starting
here, you're right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
7,000 employees. That's crazy though.
Yeah.
There's 26 games here that have sold over 30 million units, according to Wikipedia. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9.
Yeah, to the real important numbers here.
11 of those 26 are Nintendo titles.
Actually, no, it is a public traded company in the US as well, Harless.
Is it?
Yes. Shout out to Into Alive for that. Thank you.
But isn't that crazy that 11 of the top 26 sold games of all time are all Nintendo titles? Like, that's crazy. The number one title of all time, according to Wikipedia here, at 300 million units is Minecraft. And then second place, at way behind, at 200 million units is GTA 5. Tetris, 100 million at a billion, essentially. Was Tetris 3 number, and then Wii Sports, which we all know why Wii Sports is on this list because it came with a Wii. And then PUBG sitting here at number 5 at 75 million units. And
shout out to our 18 viewers on X. Shout out to y'all.
Mario Kart 8 here sitting at a comfortable 70.4 million units sold.
Oh damn!
Easy. Shout out to Overwatch here, sitting at like 8th or 9th, at over 50 million units sold.
Okay, but yeah, So no wonder we didn't see Metroid.
I'm looking this up, and it's saying Nintendo is a Japanese-based company. And so I'm thinking like it might have like an American division, but like I don't know if they go by American regulations. I don't.
Yeah, headquarters are in Japan.
Well, yeah, you have to keep in mind the American stock market is just American companies, right? So is it? I don't know if that's true, but
that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yeah, but still though, 30 million units. Is Nintendo crazy for thinking, all of their games are going to sell 30 million units? I think that's a little of an overreach. I think more like 10 to 15 million seems more reasonable for even some of their really AAA titles. That's I think their eyes are bigger than their stomach, thinking that any game that any IP, first party IP is going to hit 30 million units. That's crazy. I would only think Mario, Pokemon, and Zelda have that strength, and Smash Brothers. Only those 4 would have that strength. Anything else, maybe you can make an argument for it, but most likely it wouldn't. So this might also maybe Fire Emblem. I don't know. I might explain why there's so many Fire Emblem characters in Smash.
I have the answer, guys. I have the answer.
What's the answer?
Okay, so Nintendo is only traded on the Tokyo Stock Exchange. In America, you can buy what the ticket is called NDDO NDOY and NDTOF. They are unsponsored ADRs. ADRs is a security that is held by a partner financial institution to be sold in the U.S. stock market under the U.S. dollar. So
you technically don't own Nintendo stock.
You technically don't. I don't think you technically own Nintendo stock. Like you own something that is equivalent to like a Nintendo stock, but you're not buying it from the actual Tokyo Stock Exchange.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Look
crazy.
Shout out to Harless. We all learned something today. Who said you can't learn anything on gaming podcasts? Anyone who said that, get out of here.
Also, I would love to know what Breath of the Wild sold. Let's look at that.
Oh, it's right here on the list.
I have it right here.
Breath of the Wild sold. It is right here at 33.5 million copies.
So that wasn't a success then?
It was
just barely.
Right, just hit the threshold.
You said 33. No, but 33. You're right.
Just barely to them.
Yeah.
And then Smash too.
And Tears of the Kingdom. And Tears of the Kingdom. Is Tears of the Kingdom on that list?
Tears of the Kingdom.
It's low on the list. I think it said 17 million as of March 2024.
It's not over 30 million.
Oh, well, I guess we're not
at Stardew Valley, which is at 30. The next one after that is 29.4 million, which is Pokemon Gold and Silver.
So that means if it underperformed for them, we might not see a sequel. It made 20 million. 20 million.
Yeah,
copies.
On this list, which has like 50 total numbers here. Tears of the Kingdom is not on it.
You don't think
a lot of Pokemon
it'll hit 30 million?
A lot of Pokemon. There's
Breath of the Wild?
Tears of the Kingdom is not on here.
Tears of the Kingdom, sorry. Tears of the Kingdom.
At least on this top 50 is not here. It stopped.
The game was released 2 years ago, Heartless. Or 3 years ago? 2 years ago?
This list here stops at 50. The bottom one is Connect Adventures. It sold 24 million copies. Or units or whatever. The Pokemon though is dominating.
It came out last year. I think it still can make that. It can turn over.
I'm sure it would. Maybe by the end of its life for sure. But for now, it's not on the list.
Yeah.
But Pokemon though, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There is 11 Pokemon titles on this list. Practically every Pokemon.
So N2 says, so my 1377 for Nintendo stock is only partial shares. Damn.
Well, it's funny he says that because when you buy these Nintendo shares, you have to buy 4 of them to be equal to one of the Tokyo.
Damn. So you technically own a quarter.
You own something that represents the actual thing. And its price will be based on the price of the actual thing. So it's technically, if the price is attached to the original price, you know what I'm saying? Then it makes sense.
Wow, who would have thought this would turn into a financial advice?
One quarter stock NFT. Is it Mario coins? Probably.
I'm really hung up on this 30 million copy number here. I mean, that is a really high number for majority of its titles. As I said, I only think Smash, Zelda, Mario, and Pokemon have the power to consistently go over that.
Damn.
I can't think of anything else.
No, I can't either. All right, moving on to other reports. According to reports, a total of 799 co-op games were released on Steam in 2023.
That's crazy.
Which is insane to even think about, bro. More than in 2022, which released 701 games. In 2021, 650 games got released, and in 2020, 647 games got released.
Co-op games.
Co-op games. These are just co-op games, guys.
That's crazy.
Fucking
seems like we got an upward trend here. PC game, PC Master Race. PC game ain't slowing down anytime soon.
My thing is, I feel like they're looping in a lot of like multi-platform games in this
This is
number as
ruining
well.
I'm curious what they're bumping in here. Like what
Think
kinds
about
of
this.
the co-op game?
Hold on. I'm sorry. I hate to cut everyone off, but think about this. You release all these co-op games, then nobody will have anyone to play with because everyone's on a different co-op game.
Yeah,
Right.
I hate that.
Not only that, majority of these games are probably even live service games, and we know what happens to live service games. If a live service game doesn't have a player base, that game is dead.
We know what happens with
Because
live
they're
service
closing the
games.
servers.
Another live
closing the
service
servers.
game comes out and it takes all its players away. That's just been happening consistently every month, every week for
But not
years.
only that, though, it dies. Like a lot of these games, just that you can't even revisit them. You can't play them anymore because they close the servers
after a while. I
Yep.
mean, a lot. It's unfortunate.
Suicide Squad, Killer Justice League 2025. I'm just saying. I'm gonna say it right now. It's probably before that. I feel like after I think they have 2 more seasons. After those 2 seasons are done, bro.
Well, what did
They're-
people
they're
pay
pulling the
for when they
plug.
got the premium one? I'm sure it was 1 season's worth of content at least, right? Or 1 or 2, maybe
I
3,
think
4 seasons.
I have
So-
no idea, Jerm, because
What-
I've deleted the game from my system.
Yeah, once they finish that obligation they owe to the people that already paid, the game will die.
We should actually get Hades' perspective on this. Look what he just said.
What?
Destiny 2, one of the most successful live service games, and it almost died twice. Took emergency surgery to save. I would actually like to know what that entails,
saved it?
what that looks
Well,
like.
can you define
All
emergency
right.
surgery?
What do you mean? Define emergency surgery,
Yeah.
Hades.
He's saying that
Hades.
the game almost died and they had to do drastic things to
Can we
fix it.
send Hades a link? Because I would like to hear what he has to say about if Hades is open to it. Because I'm curious what emergency surgery you could apply to a game that would,
To
Me
save it.
too.
The vanilla game was super bare bones and lost almost the
Man
entire
said
player
he's eating
base.
right now. I see you.
Right.
So you're saying expansions and seasons? Is that what you mean by emergency surgery?
probably.
More content.
Isn't that what all live service games do though? Is they release periodic content like that? So that's not really like against the norm, really. I don't think. So what did Destiny do different?
I'd
guys,
love to know.
Yeah, it seems like that's what live service games do. Is maybe every month to 2 months, 3 months, a new group of bundle of content.
Because they got to keep the game fresh. They got to keep the game fresh. If not, people are just gonna leave.
So I'm thinking about this, right? From a business perspective, if I'm a group of developers and publishers and I'm trying to put out games, you think like over time they're going to end up going towards the thing that produces more bang for your buck. They're going to tell their developers to produce the in-game things that produce more bang for your buck. So we're going to start to see a lot of the same things in games.
I mean, yeah, but I think they're still prioritizing the wrong thing in the games industry, in my personal opinion. I feel like key example, Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Their recent game that they made live service just bombed. And their approach is to make more of the same kind of game. How does that make sense?
Yeah. The model's broken. At least what the model they're pushing is broken.
Right. It's broken.
Hades here said, looks like a lot of quality life improvements were done to the game. It says random rolls, movement sped up, fixed armor, looks like a lot of buffs and nerfs and stuff like that. And then overall just fun exotics, subclass, quality of life and buffs and nerfs and mechanics. Okay, it makes sense.
That's cool.
But in a situation like that, it makes you wonder why that stuff wasn't in the game at launch. This
guys,
is why, we get a lot of games these days.
I'm sorry to cut you, Jerm, but guys, I think there's a Nintendo sale going on. So Breath of the Tears of the Kingdom is actually $50 right now.
Okay. You call that a sale?
Off?
It is compared to what the game is $70, bro.
I'm disgusted with the way we're just normalizing these outrageous prices.
Not only that, bro. Even Pokemon Legend of Arceus is also $50.
You say that like it's that low of a price. I mean, it's
no,
still pretty high price.
Bro, no. But think about it. Think about where games are now. where it is.
For how long that game has been out, RCS, that's still a lot to pay for that.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
But we also know that Nintendo stuff doesn't
go
go
on the verge of selling organs.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder. When did that game come out? Last year. $50 as well.
I bet you if you look up Ultimate right now, I bet you it's still $70. And that game
Mortal Kombat, $20.
Mortal Kombat's trash though.
Yeah, I know.
It should be free to play.
Mario Party, $50. Like there's a bunch of games here for $50. I almost want to get the freaking Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Heartless Cash is a Nintendo fiend now. He's fiending for Nintendo.
No, I'm a Zelda fiend. There's a difference. Not Nintendo.
Are you gonna pick up the new one with Kingdom Wisdom Echoes or whatever? The Zelda one.
Tears of the Kingdom. That's the one that's on sale right now.
The one that was announced at the Direct.
Oh yeah, I already said I was gonna play that.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
Well, you think if Mortal Kombat went free to play and it just started putting out mad skins?
They need to pay for all those stupid guest characters. And the McKenzie will never.
Yeah, it's not gonna come free to play.
What a minute, WB, get your head out of your ass. Stop making your IPs are not that strong.
Yeah, I gotta shout out Drupal for this one with his entry, bro. Dragons don't explode, but a dynamite.
Welcome in, Drupal. Always the grandest of entrance. Love this guy. He's been playing Elden Ring a lot on his stream. Yeah, sometimes he streams in the early morning and hours. And he's always a good time. He's always got the funniest dad jokes, even when he's like trying to kick demon ass on Demon Souls. That's
really. Persona is also on sale for $34.99. Persona 5.
That's the latest one, right? Sale.
Yeah, see, anything that is under $40 is sale worthy because it's like near half off.
Yeah. No, I still think $50 is good for Breath of the Wild, bro. No, for Tears of the Kingdom. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, that game's only a year old, but Arceus though, that game's what, 3-4 years old?
I don't even know. So, I didn't keep up with that one, so I don't think I'm gonna play it. So I don't really care. But yeah,
I'd be Legends of Arceus. It was a fun game.
You did?
Yeah, it was a fun game.
But yeah, but anyways, back to our main.
Don't forget, Heartless, you're not off the hook for playing a platformer. We need to set a date.
Oh yeah, he has to play Prince of Persia, bro.
We need to set a date for this stream.
No, this week. And you're gonna be playing on the Gamer Actual YouTube channel as well.
After Evo, let Heartless focus on Evo, but after Evo, I think that's fair, in my opinion.
I don't think that game's gonna take away from Evo. I'm sorry. When is Evo?
Evo's in the 19th to the 21st. So
in 12 days.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Going back to our main topics. Ubisoft lays off a dozen at their Toronto studio. Recently, 33 developers have been laid off at Ubisoft Toronto, one of the studios behind the upcoming Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake. Ubisoft Toronto has also decided to conduct a targeted realignment to ensure it can deliver on its ambitious roadmap. So one of my biggest questions here is, right, if they've laid off people that were working on this game, it's safe to say that this game probably won't be releasing in 2025.
It tells me this game's expensive as fuck. It's probably like a $200 million budget.
No.
Maybe it's already done.
Also, you think it's already done?
I'm not saying.
Bro, if Heartless, all right, the Ubisoft Forward, you know what they showed us?
What?
A candle blowing in the wind.
Oh, no.
As the trailer for this game.
It's not coming out anytime soon. It's not coming out.
2026
the game's been in development hell for about 5 years now, right? 4 years. Crazy,
yeah.
bro.
So, I don't know. I think this is going to be like one of those $200 million situations where the game's going to be way too over.
This is the next
game.
No, I think this is the next Beyond Good and Evil. I'm sorry, Jerem. This is what you remember what they did with Beyond Good and Evil.
Like flop sense or like really good sense?
No. Remember when they announced Beyond Good and Evil 2 13 years ago?
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
The game that never, ever saw, it was like this whisper.
You saw this massive trailer.
Yeah.
It says Ubisoft has made excellent progress on the game.
Yeah,
I'm sure
so
the
they
game
say.
is coming out, but I think it's going to be too expensive and it's not going to make back its money.
But it's also not being released in 2020. They say 20. No, I'm lying. They did say 2026. You're right.
Well,
They did say
answer me this,
2026.
Cash. You're a Prince of Persia fan. I'm a Prince of Persia fan. Does the Prince
Mm-hmm.
of Persia IP like carry? Does it have that much weight in today's gaming?
Not necessarily, no.
People
'cause I feel
line up
like
for Prince of Persia? I don't
no,
know.
because the
Don't know.
reason why that happened is because Ubisoft let it sit too long. No.
Creed is what?
Assassin's Creed, yes. Assassin's Creed is partially to blame, but I also think Ubisoft didn't prioritize Prince of Persia at all, and they let it sit too long, so now it's a dormant brand. So now true fans of the game will buy the game, but I don't necessarily see it recouping like or getting like new fans. They might, but it won't be like a significant number.
Well, that's the thing. It's like if it's got this huge development cost, based upon the number of Prince of Persia fans that I know and I talk to regularly, and you see online, there aren't that many that would recoup that high of a budget. There's just not. So
I don't know what the budget is on this game, so we're speculating at this point. We'd have to, yeah.
I hope that is not what this game is fated to be. Make a great game, make it reasonably budgeted, and
you know what? Just thing slipped my mind as well. We haven't heard anything about the Splinter Cell remake also at the Ubisoft Forward. Yet we got a Prince of Persia trailer,
you as an Ubisoft
5
creator. Do you get like insider knowledge on this kind of stuff at all, or do you get news earlier than the rest of us?
Not necessarily. Not like that. Not necessarily.
He just gets told what games he's gonna get for free.
Pretty much.
Lucky. This is why we need to get you. That's why we need to get you a Capcom creator, Carlos. Get you some free My Sharanui.
They got me thinking Capcom's gonna deny me too.
You think so?
I don't know. If Ubisoft deny me.
These modern games aren't ready for games as artists. Splinter Cell 1. You think so? Bro, Splinter Cell 1 was the truth though, bro. Splinter Cell 1 was the truth. And I love Double Agent. Double Agent was fire as well.
Would they be able to bring back the same voice actor? He's probably pretty old now.
That's what they need to do. He was old at the beginning of Splinter Cell, bro. Michael Ironside
not be alive now.
He's Sam Fisher. He is alive. He is alive, but he is Sam Fisher. Like
Ironside or whatever.
Yeah, Michael Ironside. You got to use him as Sam Fisher. He's the quintessential voice for Sam Fisher. I don't give a fuck. And that's one of the reasons why people didn't even like Blacklist, because they cast a new actor and nobody liked him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because they wanted somebody that could also act in the role, like do motion capture. And again, Michael Ironside is an older guy, so he wouldn't be able to do the physical stuff, which is why they did that. That's why they changed him.
Well, I hope maybe they could find a person.
Series peaked at Chaos Theory. I 100% agree.
It would be great to see the series come back. It had a very iconic look. That mask, the three green lights on it.
There are in Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid has like a nod to Sam Fisher, and Sam Fisher has a nod to Snake in their games. You know that, right? It's like a hat tip. They have little what's it called, Easter eggs that they have of each other. Yeah, it's dope.
Kojima says he's making another espionage game, so maybe that'll spark the genre again. Maybe we'll get
Solo. I really like Splinter Cell Conviction. That was one of my favorite ones, even though it was poorly received by fans. But I liked it because it was so different from like the natural like Splinter Cell formula. There's a lot of stealth in there, but Sam Fisher was just like off the cuff. He was just like over the edge, bro. He was.
Would you be satisfied with even just like a remaster of the bunch games, or like a re-release, was just in 4K or whatever?
No, if you're gonna go, just do a remaster. We'll call it a day. Let's see what you're gonna do with the new engine, because I'm pretty sure whatever remake you do, that's the engine you're gonna use moving forward to create more Splinter Cell games.
What engine does Ubisoft normally use for its games?
I think they have their own engine. It's called Snowdrop. They use Snowdrop.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. A lot of these companies have their own
Is that
engines.
the engine that
Most of
Far
them do.
Cry uses? Is that the engine that Far Cry uses?
Yeah, Snow Job.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm looking
So
forward
if you're
to
listening, Ubisoft,
any of
bring
them.
back Splinter Cell. If you're listening,
They already said they were developing. They did a whole
they
like
can say
15
things
minute
all
like
day. How
featurette.
long results? You know, they've been
Yeah,
saying what
I
just like
don't.
with Beyond Good and Evil.
No, but with this, I don't think they would be doing like this big old featurette last year if they weren't working on a new game. You know what I mean? Because they're
Seems like
building the game from the ground up.
it feels
They
like
did say that.
Ubisoft has a hard on for Assassin's Creed and the Star Wars game right now. That's all they're focused on.
All right, so you see the shadow mechanic that you saw in Assassin's Creed, the shadows?
Yeah.
That's straight out of Splinter Cell.
Which
Where
is
you
the
can hide
one?
in the shadows. That's straight out of Splinter Cell.
Which is the one where you could like make like a ghost body of yourself and like move somewhere else, and the enemy would still think you were
It's not
like
a ghost body.
or whatever it
Jerker.
was, marker, whatever the hell it was.
It's basically it's
Which
just
one was
like
that
you're
one?
you're tricking your assailant to think that you're in that location. So
Yeah,
that's
which
why you
one?
got that marker. That was conviction. That was conviction. Yeah,
Oh, okay, that was a pretty cool
yeah,
mechanic. I thought
yeah.
that was really
And
cool.
you can interrogate. The interrogations, the extreme interrogations in thing, bro, was insane. In conviction, bro, insane. And then they put the markers in there so you can mark multiple targets and take them out. Nuts,
Nice.
nuts.
I'm gonna try this. I want to try this series. Are these games available to buy now? Can you still buy them?
Yeah, you can still buy them now.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
try these out.
Conviction was never on like other platforms though. Cause Conviction, and again, Xbox dropped the bag. Conviction was officially an Xbox title.
Hmm.
It was
No,
never on other systems.
no surprise there. No surprise
Mhm.
there. Do you have that in your giant stack of games there, Cash?
I do. I have all
Oh,
the Splinter Cell games.
okay.
I'm a
Hook a
big
brother
Splinter
up.
Cell fan, bro. I'm a
Hook a
big
brother
Splinter
up.
Cell fan.
I've never played Splinter Cell.
It's dope, bro.
I
It's
only played
crazy. I
the
never
first
played Resident
one back
Evil
in
or
the
Splinter
day.
Cell, but these are like series that I remember the hype around them as a kid. That if they were to make remakes that look dope, I probably would buy a game.
Yeah, Splinter
I
Cell. I
wanted to
have faith
buy
in them.
them, but I just never did. I don't know why. I probably was broke at the time, so I wanted to try them, but I played the first one because it was like the biggest game at the time.
Lord Hades Backpack Simulator featuring Daryl from
Oh,
Walking Dead.
that's Maury's game. That's he loves that game.
I'm not a fan of that game, bro. I'm sorry. Mm-mm. Power
He's
to
even
whoever
got that
plays it, bro.
creepy ass baby in the backdrop of his stream. I think that's really weird, but
Bro,
you know.
the fact that you have to freaking soothe that baby, bro, so he doesn't make noise is fucking crazy to me. Oh, Maury loves it. It's one of his favorite games.
I would love to see that game be summed up like on the like how the games used to have summaries on the back of the case. I wonder how you would sum up a plot of
Walking simulator in the future. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah. Bro. I hopefully Prince of Persia comes out and then it's something that is of substance because it would suck, especially for fans, for them to not do the game justice because that is the game. Sands of Time was the game that reinvigorated the franchise and propelled the franchise forward, bro.
Yeah, Sands
So
of
I
Time
really
was a
bro,
definitive game.
Sands
And
of Time is the reason why we ended up with a movie with fucking Jake Gyllenhaal, bro. What are we talking about right now?
Sands of Time is why we ended up with Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed would not exist today without Sands of Time.
Again, pardon my French, but fuck Assassin's Creed. I'm sorry. I'm so upset. I'm still salty about it. I'm still salty about it, bro. Like again, I'm so upset.
I feel it. I'm a huge fan of Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time series specifically. Huge fan. I love those games.
I loved Warrior Within, but they were trying to be too much like God of War. That's why they got edgy.
Worst soundtrack in all of gaming. Worst soundtrack in all of gaming history.
Yeah, they stole the Scorpion King soundtrack. I stand alone.
I like metal as much as anyone else, but I don't want to be playing a game and have every single moment of the game, my ears being assaulted with the heavy metal.
Right?
It was really,
Yeah,
it was the
they
wrong
overdid it.
choice, for a game.
Yeah, because they wanted to be metal. They wanted to be over the top. They were trying to compete against God of War. That's what Prince of Persia did.
Yeah, they made him all edgy and like
Yeah.
bad boy.
Don't play Doom. But no. The thing is, Doom is different. Doom kind of has that makeup. It already had it in the DNA. Prince of Persia didn't have any of that. So to come from Sands of Time to then become like a heavy metal fighting, like I don't,
Sands of
bro.
Time had
It
that
was jarring,
Aladdin movie feel to it, where it was still kind of
right?
like
So to have
wholesome in
that
a way,
So to have that
but
Arabian feel, but
Warrior
then
Within just
swashbuckling
went too
pirate,
far. It just went too far.
too far.
Yeah, but they pulled it back pretty good with the last one, even though the game had its problems with like the
It
double
kind of
sprint.
lost fans though. The last
Yeah.
one, because of what they did with Warrior Within, it kind of lost fans with Two
Well,
Thrones.
that one had issues. It had that like assassination mechanic or whatever that was actually really hard to pull off consistently because the blade would light up, and you had to
I
like
didn't
hit
have
the
an
button
issue.
at the right time.
I didn't
And
have an
that
issue.
mechanic came really worrisome because you had to really like dial in to make sure you didn't miss any of those cues. And sometimes when you're trying to assassinate certain enemies, you have to do that 3-4 times instead of just stabbing them once.
Right.
It got kind of annoying. It took the
Yeah.
best mechanic out of the game because it was too much of a hassle.
All right, so moving on in other news. Steam gets its own controller developed by Hori.
That's
All right,
dope.
gamepad usage in Steam is on the rise as Valve just releases what is it? Statistics on how the number of players also come with a summary of new control optimization. Valve was recently implemented in Steam. Wait a minute. Did I read that correctly? I don't think I made any sense just now. Those numbers also come with a summary of new controller optimization. Okay, stop right there. Valve also
Curious, take a
recently
breath.
Valve also implemented in Steam. Okay, great. So apparently there's a bunch of optimization that comes with the new controller.
Yeah, they have a new menu, like a new options menu to create layouts on your controller, just like any console game. It's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
but the question I have for this, right? I think, in my opinion, it raises a number of questions for me. Is it that people are converting to PC from consoles? There are like a lot more people converting to PC to console, which now has them like needing more controllers, or is it people that already were established PC players switching to controllers? What is it?
I think as console players come to Steam, they're gonna bring their controllers, and I think Steam's picking up on this, or Valve is the company, whatever.
Valve, yeah.
And they're like, "Yo, we should be making money off controllers, so we're gonna sell them a controller,
Peripherals, yeah.
and it's gonna have extra additional capabilities to synchronize with our platform, and people are gonna buy it."
I think
Next
it's
up,
an ease of use
headphones.
thing. It's kind of
Next up,
hard. It's kind of
headphones.
a hassle to take like a controller that you are going to have for Steam and then switch it, to your console again. It's kind of a hassle to do that sometimes, specifically with PlayStation. Is you can
with
only have one
PlayStation.
controller
Right.
assigned to one thing, and anytime I want to switch it back, I have to like reprogram it in. It's kind of annoying.
Jerm, I'm sorry to hear that because I don't have that issue as an Xbox player. I could just flick a button twice, kick, and I'm all back to my Xbox, back and forth.
How's that meme go? Fancy smancy Rich McGee over here. Having all these
That's
options.
why I love the Pro controller. Not only the Pro controller, the newer versions of the Xbox controllers, they do it too.
Yeah. Well, this new design, they already had a Steam controller come out before. This is a new design. It looks very ergonomic. Looks sort of like an Xbox controller, kind of. It looks like it's made of this plastic like PlayStation controllers are made of, really grippy. So it's kind of cool. A lot of ergonomic choices here. The only thing is the photo here, the D-pad looks whack. I don't know what kind of games you would want to use a D-pad like that on, but hey, I'm looking at with fighting game eyes. So, What do you think, Carlos?
Can you get it in the US? Because it is launching. This is launching in Japan. So can you get this in the US?
It says launching 31st in Japan. October 31st.
Because it would be cool if you can just order one and get your hands on one, and it does do the stuff that it does for, you know what I'm saying, with the Steam layouts.
Yeah, I wonder about from also an ergonomic sense with this. Like people like streamers and such, they tend to play games for very, very long sessions. And I think playing with a keyboard and mouse can be really tough for a long time on your wrist and, your back and stuff if you're not, if you have bad posture. A controller might eliminate some of that because you're able to sit, more, with better posture and have like your hands, your wrist not as active,
Yeah.
I think that might be also part of what's boosting controller sales on Steam is streamer culture, because streamers stream for long sessions, or for a lot of them.
Me personally, I'm a mouse and keyboard player, and I don't know, like if you were to bring an Xbox controller to Steam, what level of power do you get over the Steam platform with your controller? I don't know that, to be honest with you.
I think they probably will have a guide button similar to what like the Xbox buttons have and shit.
So what happens when
that's
you
what I'm saying. If you can't already control your Steam with your Xbox controller, then this would be cool. But it is only for the Japanese market, so I would have to know if you would be able to get it here and it would work. You know what I'm saying?
It's a legit question. This article doesn't say if it's coming to the US anytime soon, at least a time frame. But something like this
specifically, there is no time frame for if it's coming to the US.
It feels inevitable that something like this would come to
I would imagine.
Yeah. It feels inevitable. But I think it's a pretty dope design overall, except for the D-pad. That's the only thing that I feel is kind of whack.
Right? I'm not gonna lie, that Vitrix Pro controller seems like the only controller I would ever want.
I have one of those. I love it. Love it. I think it's actually helped my Marissa gameplay a lot. And here's a hack.
It is the best looking controller, and it's modular.
Here's a hack, Carlos. For me, like I'm trying to break this habit of using the analog stick instead of the D-pad. I'm actively trying to change that habit. So you're able to take the caps off of the sticks and switch them with like these different grips. In order for me to break the habit of using the analog stick so I can get more precise inputs, I took the cap off of the stick, so when it's just like a pointy thing, So now I can't use the stick easily, so it's breaking that habit for me. And I think that's really cool. It's actually helped me as a player, because otherwise, with just a normal PlayStation controller, I don't have that option, and I would have never broke that habit. It's really helped me. Shout out to Victrix. So.
Oh, I remember the original Steam controller with the touchpads. Was that one? Was it that one?
Yeah, I had that touchpad where D-pad would normally be, right?
That was so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I didn't find that interesting at all.
So, I think this is really cool. I think this is a really smart move by Steam. It seems like when it comes to the gaming companies, it seems like Steam is leading the way, which is overall smart moves. Like
but again, master race, bro.
Yeah, they really seem to understand the market, and they're making moves that are in the consumer's favor, as opposed to other companies which tend to be not, just kind of doing whatever the fuck they want, try to get money out of you. Looking at you, Sony. Looking at you, Nintendo. So I think this is really cool. Steam is when I get a streaming PC, I think I might become a PC gamer because it really feels.
I like PC gaming.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm slowly transitioning.
I'm on the fence. If I definitely know I'm getting a streaming PC, but I want it for the streaming service capability, so I can have overlays and do all that cool stuff, song requests, all that stuff.
Here's the thing.
But I think
there's a pro and a con.
Console, though, but
yeah,
PC.
I agree. There's a pro and a con to doing PC and console gaming, and here's why I say that. You can do both, but here's how I do my PC gaming. It allows me to keep my PC for longer without after worrying about upgrading. If I'm playing console games, if I'm playing PC games more frequently than I would console games, I would have to be like considering upgrading probably every 4 years. Probably 3 years. 3 years. Whereas with console, I could just play the games, and what I don't have access to, I'll just play on my PC, and that's how I do it.
Yeah, and we've mentioned it before. My digital library is on a console, so I can feel like I'm kind of stuck. Like, you know, Microsoft fixes that problem, and shout out to them, I guess. But right now, my digital library is on a console, so I feel a little trapped in that sense. But I don't know. Street Fighter 7 will break that for me. Eventually, when Street Fighter 7 comes out, I'll have to decide if I'm going to get it on a PC or if I'll get it on a console. That'll be a tough decision. That'll be tough.
Yeah, so that's how I kind of look at it. So because I don't want to like really outdate my PC too soon, which is why I'm okay with just like playing on both right now.
Yeah. I definitely need a stream. I definitely need a streaming PC. That's the next big step for me. Next big purchase, guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
My next big purchases are a steering wheel and a Victrix Pro controller.
So hold up. If you get a steering wheel, are you going to start streaming more car games like racing games?
Yeah, I'm gonna stream racing games. Yeah.
Are you serious? No, I'm being dead serious. Like, if you are, okay, because if you are, like I already told you guys this last week, like if we have enough people that show up for games like Forza, like social racing games,
I'm gonna get the lever, I'm gonna get the pedals, I'm gonna get the steering wheel.
New challenge.
I promise you guys, if I have enough people show up, we can have that night.
I need a good suggestion. I need to get my money up, but I need a good suggestion on what to buy.
New challenge, Heartless. You should play the platformer with the wheel and the pedals.
You guys just hate me.
Right?
But yo, that Victrix Pro controller though, that is probably the best looking controller on the market.
Oh, whoa, Reaper, do you have a racing wheel? That's dope. I know Bello has one.
Wheel?
I know Bello has one. I know Bello has one for sure.
I can see me right now with them up.
Bro, you already have the racing chair for it. Like the chair just looks like a freaking box seat.
And so the thing is, like,
how accurate are these wheels? Like, are you gonna get like a 1-to-1, and it's gonna feel like you're controlling a vehicle, or is it just like some whack representation of it? You know what I'm saying? That's my thing.
I'm talking Forza Horizon, Reaper. I like Forza Horizon because it's because of its social aspects. The game's very social.
So check my DMs. I got nothing in my DMs.
Who said that?
Project. Yours has forced feedback. Just don't have the feeling of inertia. I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Unless you put it in, unless you have like one of those vibrating seats.
Yeah, imagine.
I mean, I create that feeling. I'm telling you right now.
Where the speakers, there are chairs. You know that, right?
If I'm driving in a car and I'm doing the wheel and I'm doing all this and I'm doing the wheel and I'm going to the left, my body's naturally going to go.
You know, Heartless, I think we have found the optimal way for VR. VR and one of those wheels and a racing game would be.
No, you need the seat. The seat would have to be there because you need to feel like you're actually in the car. Like
VR
seat needs to be.
How is this not a thing already? VR should be optimized for racing games. Seriously,
that would be sick.
Yeah,
that would be
instead
sick.
of them trying to make these Batman games, they should be trying to corner the market of racing games. That would bring the people over. It's like, seriously, Meta, get on that.
Whoa, I didn't even know that was a thing. Project, that is dope. We can easily get together for a Assetto Corsa. Wait, what? Are you serious? And mod your own cars?
Yeah, I see it. This shit looks sick. This is the vibe right here.
Yeah.
This is the vibe right here. Yeah, what game? So what racing games are actually lit? Is Gran Turismo a game still?
7. Yeah, I think it's either out or coming out soon.
I can miss me Gran Turismo.
Those are like probably the two biggest.
How realistic? I would want my racing game to be as realistic as possible.
Gran Turismo, yeah, that would be the one. I think
I would want my game to be as. I would like to be able to go. How can I ride a Lambo in Le Mans?
Yeah, I think GT Gran Turismo would be the way. It's supposed to be like the premium realistic experience, and a lot of people actually complain that it's too real. You know, so I don't know. Because it, you know, you just people.
I remember, I remember Gran Turismo as a kid. Yeah, Reaper, relax. I remember Gran Turismo as a kid, and you got like a fucking Gigi Cooper, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? That's funny.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, let's try to get a VR sponsor, Cash, and I really want to try a racing game on VR.
But I don't know about no racing game on VR, but I can't wait to try a racing game on a wheel.
Any VR people that are listening out there in the world, hit us up for a sponsorship. I want to try it. I want to try your product.
All right, this I didn't know. First teaser trailer came out for Guilty Gear Dual Rulers. I guess we can pull up the trailer here so the chat can see it.
Guilty Gear's story is the most confusing thing on earth. One of the most
No, Kingdom Hearts is definitely more confusing.
No, listen, when I tried to research Guilty Gear story, bro, and I legit saw an 8-hour YouTube video, I checked out. I was like, no, give me some of that. I'm good.
So
I'll get cliff notes from somebody else. Thank you very much.
A while ago, you know, Jacko, the character, she's got like that jack-o'-lantern mask on. I asked Hades, like, hey, so what's up with this mask? Why the hell is she wearing it? She's a pretty girl. Like, why wear the mask? And he said something about her being the wife of this guy, and she's a clone, and she blew up Japan. I was like, that sentence got more confusing with every word you said. Like, what the fuck?
She's Soul's wife. She's Soul Bad Guy's wife.
Yeah. Like, so I'm excited for an anime like this.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised it took this long, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, what
Fatal Fury had its own anime back in the 90s, bro.
This is long overdue. Having this, you know, be able to be watched in a way that I can actually consume it in a way that makes sense. You know.
All right. I like the animation. Yeah, it's the 3D. It's a 3D animation.
Yeah, it looks just like Strive, that 2.5 kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm not really a fan of these kind of like, but I think this is where most animes are going.
Character right there, I'm pretty sure.
I have to say, if this is 3D models,
it's 3D models.
Get behind this.
It is 3D models. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of it. And that's where most animes are going now. That's the direction where most animes are going.
They really are going that direction. It's crazy.
Yeah. I started seeing it in Dragon Ball FighterZ.
It's cheaper.
Yes, you're right. I saw it in Dragon Ball. Was it the Gohan movie?
With Piccolo?
Yeah. That was the first time I read this. Yeah.
Bro, that shit ruined Dragon Ball Z for me.
Bro, hold up. Not only that, you know when it really started though? I knew they were going to do it when they tested it in Super Broly, bro. When they did with that fight with Goku and Broly with the 3D effect, I was like, oh no.
The new Dragon Ball Z movie with Broly, that shit was fire. The animation was cinematic.
No, but they did use that. They used that at one aspect in the fight. You saw the 3D.
I don't like that.
And I was like, they're gonna do it. And they did a whole movie, the following movie, with that 2.5D. I don't like it either. I'm not a fan.
Did it say what this is streaming on? I missed that. Did it say it in the trailer?
No, it didn't. It didn't specify.
I bet you it's gonna be Crunchyroll or Netflix.
More than likely, it's gonna be Crunchyroll.
I hope it's Netflix because I want to be able to watch it.
So as you guys can see, I think it's gonna be following Soul Bad Guy as probably like a mentor to Shinsuke. Yeah. Which is pretty much the same lore in the video game as well, if I'm not mistaken, right?
The synopsis here, it says, after the decline of the once robust fields of science and technology, a new energy source known as magic fuels the modern era. Humanity creates forbidden biological weapons, gears. Those gears eventually stand against humanity in a rebellion. Well, that's basically
Guilty Gear. That's Terminator. No, that's Terminator.
Yeah, I guess. um,
That's Terminator. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's pretty much Guilty Gear. Y'all ever watched the
I'm
Strive
unfamiliar
story?
with the Strive
No.
story, but I want to get familiar with it.
I can't lie. I just been watching this Assetto Corsa game. She looks fire.
Yeah.
It's the racing game. Yeah, no, it looks fire.
Is it a PC only game or is it?
I don't know, but the game looks nice, and I really haven't looked. We're in the middle of the podcast, so I haven't really looked too much into it. But that looks like a pretty realistic racing game.
Okay.
All
right, Germ. So let's shift the gears a little bit. Let's get over.
Look at that! Look at you! Look at you with the segue.
Oh yeah, that was an even accidental.
That was not on accident. Come on now.
And let's go over to the rumor mill real quick before we get into our rapid. What do you want to do first? Do you want to do rapid fire and then rumor mill?
I'll go through these rumors real quick. There's only a couple.
Right.
So Capcom has been a little cheeky with on its Twitter post. It posted a photo of a raptor foot teasing a Dino Crisis remake. That's all they did. They just posted that on their Twitter page. So Nintendo Capcom might be trolling us that they're trying to get us excited about Dino Crisis of a game that'll never come, or maybe they just got something in the works. So fans are speculating, Capcom might be cooking up something. And also some concept art leaks have leaked online of MK of Scorpion in Multiverses. So
allegedly,
concept art footage allegedly of him popping. He looks like the one from the animes, the animations that they've been putting out.
Sub-Zero. No, I'm Scorpion's Revenge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know if we can show this because WB don't mess around when it comes to stuff like this.
You can look at the Reddit. If you guys want to see, there's a link in the Reddit. Check the Reddit. Go to the Reddit. The link's there. It'll have.
Post the link, Jerm. Do you have the link to the Reddit? We need to have these in the notes so we can just readily post them.
Yeah, it's here.
Never mind, it's right here. Never mind. I found it. Guys, we're trying to populate the Reddit. Hop over there. Sign up, please. Let's get it popping. Thank you.
So for anyone who actually just care about multiverses, Mortal Kombat's coming, in which there aren't a lot of fans of that right now. But hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing. And Capcom in the Capcom Next showcase on July 1st, it's confirmed that the Resident Evil director Koshi Nakanishi will direct Resident Evil 9. So that's all that was revealed at the Capcom Next. Is like, hey, they're working on it.
I'm annoyed. That wasn't even a showcase, bro.
Yeah,
wasn't even a showcase. Yep.
And
3 games.
Some more news from Nintendo. Nintendo says it's in order to avoid issues with scalping with its next console. It says it's gonna make enough consoles to meet demand. That's what it's claiming. So there won't be a shortage or having to deal with scalpers this time. That's what they're claiming. So apparently, what caused it last time is there was this chip shortage. But apparently, according to them, they said they have solved that problem. So they won't have supply issues.
Yeah, because they're not getting advanced chips. Why they solved that shortage?
And then more news out of Arc System Works. Arc System Works has opened up a European branch. So according to this story, it looks like they're going to try and kind of bring Guilty Gear to the European market, which it's apparently been lacking in recent years. So it's trying to expand its reach.
Okay, that's cool.
And Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC in its first 3 days sold over 5 million copies, 5 million downloads. Crazy. Still not going to win Game of the Year. I stand by that. DLC should not win Game of the Year.
No, it can't get the game. It's not a game, so it's not going to get Game of the Year.
And, what the fuck do you mean it's not a game?
It's not a new game.
It is a game. You are playing a game.
Yes, but it's an expansion.
But you are playing a game.
Sure, it can win DLC and expansion of the year, but it can't win.
It's considered it. Yeah, it can't get Game of the Year.
Not a new game.
It's not a new game.
But it is a game though.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm saying it's not a new game.
Not a new release. It's not a new.
It's not a new release. It's the same. It's same. It's still Elden Ring. It's just an expansion.
And then last
That's like
news
The Witcher.
story. Yeah, those are 100-hour expansions each
Right.
time. Yeah, and
that wouldn't be fair if they nominated it.
If Elden Ring can win it this time, Cyberpunk should have won it last year, right? So yeah, it did the same thing. So yeah, no. So in the last story, as Sony has announced a new line of collectible PlayStation action figures. It includes Aloy, Varro from Horizon, Kratos, Atreus, and Ghost of Tsushima figures. They're ranging anywhere from $30 to $50.
I don't know. The Kratos looking kind of sick.
I like the Aloy. The Aloy looks really good. Yeah, but that's the news in a wrap. That was and you said we were gonna keep this short, Cash.
I blame you guys.
Hey man, I blame you. You went off on the Zelda thing.
Nah, I think the AI conversation took a lot longer.
I blame Zelda.
Don't blame Zelda.
I bet you're thinking
this podcast was generated by an AI generator.
Right.
I bet you're thinking about Zelda right now, Cash.
Oh hell yeah! Like the minute this stream ends, I'm going on Zelda.
See,
that's crazy.
Carlos, what are you playing right after this?
Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might lay down and look at some of these racing games and check out some video reviews on some steering wheels. I definitely need some advice, guys. I want the most realistic feeling I can get. So
I guess it's safe to say that concludes our rumor mill.
That was both everything together, rapid fire and rumor all in one.
Shout out to Jury.
Yes.
Wow. All right. So the moment you guys have all been waiting for.
It's time to shine.
Yes, please.
The reason I'm even here.
Oh, but before that, the question of the week, which we almost slipped up and forgot about. So the question of the week from last week, we asked you guys on the YouTube channel Gamer Actual what your thoughts were on. Give me a second, because I think I know
what the top answer is gonna be after the bomb episode of the great episode we had last time. I don't know.
So do you agree with the lower difficulty of the Elden Ring DLC? That was the question we asked you guys last week. And this is what you guys came up with. A second. I can pull this up right here. And again. Wait. Where is it? Where'd he go? Okay, there we go. Nope, not that one.
I have a very sneaky suspicion what's going to be the top answer.
And there we have it, folks. Nah, not bothered.
That's not what I was expecting.
Yeah, most people said they weren't bothered by the altering. So
we can't vote 20%. Though. I love it.
Yeah, we got votes. So guys, the new question for this week.
Talk to me again in 8,000 hours. Well, how many answers did that get?
20%. So 20%, but 40% said they weren't bothered by it.
Okay, that's.
Should have had get good scrub. Damn, missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. We didn't have any major questions for this week, so I'm gonna ask you guys, what's your favorite? Let's put this right now. What's your favorite Zelda game?
Okay.
There's nothing else here. You want to hear something crazy, Jerem? Guess what we forgot to talk about to show you how much we didn't even really care about the game.
About Helldivers?
First Descendant. We skipped over First Descendant.
That game is overhyped too. I mean, anyone who loves the game, I ain't yucking on your yum.
Ooh, but Pinksy's in the chat. Pinksy might go off. Let's hear what Pinksy has to say. I know Pinksy's enjoying the game.
But after about 10 or so hours of that game, I
So that's the question I'm gonna ask. What's your thoughts on the First Descendant? Here's the thing, and since we're on it right now, my thing is about First Descendant. It's a lot more fun when I play with friends. but I don't think it's a game that I'll play by myself. I really don't think I would ever pick that game
What's
up
the end
and
game?
play by myself. A lot of
It's
people
just
are also
the loot.
asking that question. A lot of
The end
people are
game
asking.
is that bikini bunny costume. That's the end game.
I don't get it. Like, what is the end game? Like,
That
okay,
the-
this is gonna sound crazy, but I played Warframe once, and that's the exact vibe I got from Warframe. I was like, yo, what is the end game of this? Like, I don't get it.
what's the end game of Street Fighter?
End game not out yet, but the game came out though. I don't see the vision.
Wait,
I
that's
don't see the
misspelled.
vision.
Anyways, whatever. Descendants. There we go.
But the good things the game's got going for it is that cool sort of Metal Gear, Machina kind of thing. I really do appreciate that. I really like the Evangelion.
See,
look to it.
I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? They're saying it's a looter shooter. You grind and make numbers bigger, right? Now, to me, that sounds insane, right? But like, this is coming from the same guy that has 1,500 hours on one character in Street Fighter. But to me, they're not the same thing. They're not the same thing. To grind a looter shooter
it's
out
just like
Diablo,
that, where
Give me some
you're
more options,
grinding
guys.
for
Give me
that.
some more options. Give me some more options.
For it's just like the intent is like Diablo, like you're playing the game for that 1% chance you might get that
Masterpiece
really
is
great
one word, right?
item.
It is.
won't last.
Okay, so what's the question
Huh?
here? What are your thoughts?
Won't
on
last.
Planet?
Won't last.
I'm gonna say dead after 1 year.
Ask me in a year. Won't last.
Yeah, and like
And
this whole bunny thing, people like souped over this bunny girl.
You could put in there.
Is that what's
I'm
happening?
here for the waifus. I'm here for
Ash,
the waifus.
great time eater.
Yo, is she considered a waifu? The bunny girl? I don't get it. Is that a thing?
Yes, it is.
Yes, she is. She's
Her
like
face
probably
is
the
covered.
face. She's basically the face of the game.
Her face is covered.
You got put an
Yeah.
answer. I'm here for the waifu. No one's looking at her face, Heartless. No one is looking at her face.
Masterpiece. I'm gonna take off simple and I'm here for the waifu.
See, to me, you can't be a waifu without a face. I'm sorry.
It's like this, right? Waifu. I'm here for the waifu. I like that. She got the body.
Oh, you can show her face.
Does.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. You can show her face, bro. I've seen even maids' outfits in this game, bro.
Yeah. What is with all the French maid outfits? There's so many of them in the game.
We're horny, bro. Like,
See, won't last. I'm here for the waifu. Great time eater. Masterpiece.
The next big AAA title. We hate that phrase, but the next big AAA title is gonna just take this game's players away. That's what I think is gonna happen. This is inevitable. It seems like in today's gaming culture. So, but I'm hopeful for it.
So, wait. Project said in the chat, you're gonna tell me if your wife showed up in a French maid outfit, you not eating.
he probably told her to get to work.
Yo, you are disgusting. Heartless, you're a prick.
There's totally
What
different.
you talking about?
That is
outfit
two different
on.
situations that require two different responses.
Same shit with maid outfits in a game though. But yeah, that's the question. What's your thoughts on the first Descendants? I'm posting it right now, guys. Go over there and answer the question. We're building engagement. Oh shit, we're now at 33 subscribers on the channel.
Because
Shout
lit.
out to those 33 people.
Shout out to those 33. I don't even know who it is, bro. Usually I would be able to tell who's following, but nah, we don't. But I'm still appreciative of it.
Yeah, and just that looter grind situation games play. I don't know. It's just not for me. There's only one game like that I've gravitated towards, and that's Diablo 3. It's the only game I've ever played that has kept me in it. But
wait a minute, Project. 26 hours? Project says he has 26 hours in 3 play sessions.
3 sessions?
Yeah, my man doesn't sleep. I'm worried about his sleep schedule.
That's about 10 hours each. Dang.
You still have three members on Patreon. Guys, go check out the Patreon. We'll be adding new features. So there's a lot that we're gonna add there. We're also been talking about
guys.
Wow. Don't false advertise, Heartless. But we also wanted to do like full movie reviews on there, like video game based movies. I vote Mortal Kombat to be the first one. What do you
Mortal
guys
Kombat?
think?
I think it should be Street Fighter. Street Fighter OG.
All right, so let's put a vote. We can do a poll. Yes, we're gonna put a poll over there, Heartless. That's a poll we're gonna put over there. It could be Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, or Super Mario Bros.
Street Fighter, like the animated movie, like the OG one, is that
no?
count as a movie?
We're talking about bad movies, bro. We're
my question though, does that count as a movie though? That's my question.
Yeah.
Would it qualify for this list?
I think it could, but we can do bad and good movies.
Put that on the list.
90s Super Mario, yes, Reaper.
If you know, you know.
Mario.
Henley versus Vegas scene. If you know, you know.
Oh yeah. Yikes! Yeah, bro. Like those are the kind of reactions we want to bring up. That should be a great time.
Talk about waifus, you know.
Sean Lee been a waifu though.
She is the OG.
Mm-hmm. Good luck to y'all. Star Wars Christmas special. Now that would be a funny one.
Does that count as a game? Does that count?
At least the content. So yes, that's what we're talking about. It's more for content, guys, but it's gonna be exclusive to because we can't watch like full movies on Twitch. So we could do it on the Patreon, but it has to go up on Patreon. That's the only way we could do that.
Okay. When we get to what are some video game movie bangers? There isn't a lot.
We can post them. Like, what are some video games that you guys want to see?
Dragon Ball Z movie, the live action one.
The Tomb Raider.
That'd be funny as hell too. Not a video game movie, but we could watch that shit as well. Like we could react to a bunch of bad movies, bro. Let's keep it 100. I think that would be funny as shit.
The majority of
us
them
laughing at them.
Bad, pretty mid at best. The Prince of Persia one, mid. What are some other ones? That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that Borderlands one coming out like later this year, or the year later.
Mm-hmm.
And then they made that really bad Assassin's Creed movie. Oh, Resident Evil. Why did they make so many of those?
Bro, I'm surprised they did. I wonder if I think they sold because that's the only way.
Yeah.
You want to hear a fun fact about that? Paul W.S. Anderson, he's the guy that directed the first Mortal Kombat movie.
Okay.
Yeah. He also directed Alien vs. Predator.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just
a fun fact. Mila Jovovich is out. Yeah. Oh, also fun fact. She's also married to Paul W.S. Anderson.
Explains a lot.
Yeah, that's why she's the main character in all his fucking movies, bro. Think about it.
What are some? I'm drawing a blank on any other video game movies right now. Drawing a blank. But yeah, I'm drawing a blank. Can't think. Oh, I guess that Gran Turismo movie. I don't know if that counts, but because it's not really. It's a gamer that turned into a real race car driver, so I don't know if that counts. But
well, yeah. Come to think of it, bro, Paul W.S. Anderson has directed a shit ton of video game movies, and not one of them were really that great, minus Mortal Kombat, bro.
He also made the Mortal Kombat. Are we talking about the newer
No. The original Mortal Kombat movie.
Okay.
He directed that one. He also he was the guy who made the Monster Hunter movie too, with Mila Jovovich.
They made a Monster Hunter movie?
Yeah.
Based on
with
the game.
T.I. Yeah, with T.I. And Mila Jovovich. Based on the game.
Wow. I didn't know that.
They were a bunch of soldiers that got in a portal in the Monster Hunter universe, pretty much.
So Evil Dead, they Evil Deaded the Monster Hunter franchise.
Pretty much.
Wow.
He also directed Death Race. I'm looking at his filmography right now.
Wow. I can't believe modern people got sucked into Monster Hunter world.
Yep. He directed all the Death Races. Death Race 1, 2, 3, and 4. Holy shit.
Oh
no, he did the story.
Chilling in here. I need to know your reaction to that, because that sounds like the dumbest movie I've ever heard of.
I'm pretty sure the movie's sitting at like let me just look what it is on Rotten Tomatoes.
That is,
but we could definitely watch it. I never watched this movie, so we could definitely react to that shit too.
That is a top 10 worst idea for a movie I've ever heard. That is whack.
Monster Hunter movie, Rotten Tomatoes. Let me see.
Yeah, but the Terminator, the Tomb Raider movies.
You want to hear something funny? Fans actually loved it. It got a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes from fans, and critics gave it a 44. I don't know.
That just the premise alone. No, thank you. That is no, thank you. I would never watch that. But hey, if the Patreon, if you guys decide it, we'll watch it.
I mean, Megan Good's in it. It's a good thing.
Megan Good? Who's that?
I'm pause for a dramatic effect.
Heartless. Yeah. What are you reading? What are you reading that you're so engrossed in right now?
I searched
you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know.
It's the car game.
Are you watching the
car game?
Right now?
No, I promise you it's a car game. I promise you it's a car game. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for like 2-3 months now. So the more I learn about it, the more.
Oh shit! Now we're at 34. Shout out to whoever just followed. Thank you guys. Appreciate that.
It must be powerful to take your attention away from Street Fighter. Seriously.
Yeah, them Street Fighter movies been ass. So
well, they're making another one for 2026. We reported.
I kind of have faith in this one. Like I said, there's been a renaissance of like good video game adaptations. So I have a little faith. Just a little bit.
I think it all comes down to the casting. 100%. If the casting is, relevant and good, the movie will be fine. But if they go really weird with it, the movie's doomed from the start. I think
something like Street Fighter, you cannot go hyper realistic.
Yeah. No, you kind of have.
What happens when you go to introduce Blanca?
Yeah,
you know what they did with the movie of Blanca? He was a test subject.
How do you have someone like Dalsum in a movie
exactly?
Like that? Not have it be.
I mean, Marvel's pulled it off. I feel like they can with this shit. They just figure out how they're just gonna weave it into this.
Well, what about that One Piece live action? That was like a nice blend.
That worked. It worked.
And would that not work for Street Fighter?
Of course it would, because what I love with One Piece, they established everything at the gate. So there's nothing that you would be like, that's kind of out of place. That's weird. They just did everything right at the front. So that way you can see that, all right, they're not really taking themselves. Like the characters are taking the situation seriously, but the show itself is not taking it serious. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I also think One Piece did really good is not bringing attention to some of the weird stuff. Like their phones are snails, like it's just there.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. That's it. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That the characters take the situation and the world seriously, but the show itself isn't. And that I think that's a good blend to like lean into.
I think a lot of narratives they do it wrong by bringing something wacky and bringing attention to it, and it just takes you out of like
exactly.
I was if cool with it until you brought it up.
Exactly. If Luffy came in and were like, so you talk on a snail for a phone? Like, shut the fuck up. Nobody asked you.
Exactly.
Like, nobody's asking you to point attention to that.
Yeah, because he should be normal to him. That's just the world they live in. So
exactly.
Yeah. I think that might be the way. Like,
oh no, it's a wink to the audience.
Fish market, that should be like happening.
Fuck out of here.
They should be advocating for fireball control or whatever. I don't know.
I don't think that. I think they're. I only hope that whoever is working on this movie is a true fan of Street Fighter.
It had these content creators that made stuff. I forget their names, but they had to leave the project for a scheduling conflict. It was part of the story that last week, but I didn't report on it. But they're supposed to be like Street Fighter heads, but they're no longer with the project. They stepped away from it.
And it's going back to the One Piece thing. The director, the writer, the showrunner, they were all like straight up like One Piece fans. You need people like that. Why? Because they will hold these characters in some kind of like a reverence. They'll have some reverence of,
and they also don't want to be known as the people who ruin.
Exactly. So thing. They need to understand like the gravity of what they're taking on.
I like that Cowboy Bebop live action, but they did not. I don't think they renewed it.
No, it got canceled.
It was a good blend of reality and CGI.
It's the same team. It's the same team that made One Piece too.
Really?
Yeah, but the thing is, it faced too many backlashes. One, the actors kind of like went against the audience as well. If you're gonna come out and speak out about certain things when that's not actually the situation, you're turning fans off. Like in times of stuff like that. One and Cho, what was the actor's name?
John Cho.
John Cho. He was too old to play Spike. I'm sorry. I like him as an actor, but he just.
I what was
I enjoyed the show.
When One Piece, the live action came on, I heard a lot of content creators going like, why is there only one Asian person in a One Piece show? And everyone was just like, you've never obviously read or seen One Piece. They're all from like different regions, like get out of here.
I didn't really hear that part particularly, but one thing I would say about the Cowboy Bebop Heartless, Jet Black, that dude, Mustafa Shakir, homie sounded like Jet Black, bro.
Yeah, I like
bro. He sounded just like Jet Black, bro. When I heard him the first time when he spoke, I was like, oh shit. It was pretty good.
I remember they tried to make Full Metal Alchemist, but they made it a movie, and the movie was kind of whack.
But it wasn't made in the West though. That wasn't made in the West. That was made in the East. And
I would like to see them try it again.
They also did a Bleach movie as well. They had a Bleach movie.
Yeah, those deserve a try again. I think didn't they do Death Note and Death
Note? Please never speak about that again.
Death Note was bad.
Never speak about that again. That was horrible. But yeah, I like how we just kind of like divulge into like anime and manga, and this is a gaming podcast. It's fine.
We go off on it was a light week on gaming news overall. So it's like we didn't have a lot of juicy content to dive into this week, which is kind of refreshing in a sense where news slowed down for the first time all year. So
Reaper, I know exactly what you're about to talk about. So he's talking about Mustafa Shakir, that he played Jet Black. He was also in Luke Cage as Bushmaster, and he was supposedly Jamaican, but he didn't land the accent. And Jamaican people hate when you cast people who are clearly not Jamaican into a Jamaican role, and they try to speak the language, and they keep butchering it every single step of the fucking way.
Shout out to Chet Hanks.
It's Chet Hanks actually.
I know.
Close. He's close. But nah, bro, we don't like that. We don't. Like, you can actually find good like Jamaican actors. You can find good Jamaican actors. I'm sorry, you can. We got them.
Cowboy Bebop, Cowboy Bebop clearly inspired Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was a great movie.
No,
it's one of the best Marvel movies.
Yeah. No, Germ. No, Guardians of the Galaxy is older. It predates.
No, what I mean is that the movie inspired. It was clearly inspired by Cowboy Bebop because
I don't think so.
The way the characters are
I don't think so.
A lot of parallels between them.
No, I don't think so.
There's parallels though.
There is parallels, but it's not inspired by it.
What is it? The guy James Gunn was clearly a fan of Cowboy Bebop when penning those.
The comics came first.
Yeah. clearly a fan of Cowboy Bebop when he penned those characters. Clearly inspired.
Get Jamaican voice actor to dub him over at least. That would look out of place. That would look out of place.
You know, it's crazy. I started watching non-American shows, and I would have to listen to it like either you watch it in English or you do the subtitles. And I started to realize, like, I don't mind subtitles, but I started to realize once you accept the fact that there's a voiceover, it kind of the issue goes away.
Yeah, it does, because after a while you just let it go.
You just let it go.
I still struggle hearing, a big Russian man like Zangief speak Japanese. I still struggle with that. It just always sounds wrong to me. I don't know why. It just does. I still struggle with that. It just sounds so weird. I don't know, but
what? Hello? Alo just said, talk about how Marvel vs. Capcom 4 is definitely a thing. I'm not inhaling a massive amount of copium.
Oh, it's coming.
I feel like it is. Disney wouldn't bring that out of thing, because I heard an executive in the Marvel Games division talk about the fact that they brought back Marvel because they know it has such a strong fan base. You wouldn't do that if you aren't working on something. I think they're using this to test the waters a little bit, to see how people respond to this. And if it does well, which please let it do well, guys. This is
what Capcom
this is our job.
They did it with
No, but it's not Capcom though. It's actually Marvel who did this. Marvel was the one who kind of like reached out to Capcom to get this done. I was watching the Marvel podcast. There's a Marvel podcast that they have, and the head of the games division in Marvel said the reason why they brought that back is because they know it has a strong fan base.
And they know. Can't forget that Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was on the Evo stage last year, and the response to that was overwhelmingly positive. So that could have also been a factor of bringing Marvel back, which it was inevitable at some point. You knew that series had to come back at some point. It's just too beloved to just stay locked away, Too beloved. This is why I love having retro games on the main stage. What a great decision by Evo.
Here's the thing too. That was Capcom's fault in what they did with Marvel Infinite. That's the reason why the game died, bro. I think they did such a drastic departure from what people got used to with Marvel vs. Capcom 2. All you needed to do was Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Sorry, all you needed to do was just come out with another Marvel vs. Capcom 3 engine and just cram some new characters in there, and you'd be good to go.
Remember their functions, so you don't need the characters.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I remember that. I remember that. They're just functions. Fuck out of here. And that's also one of the reasons why that turned off fans as well. Game, bro, crashed horribly, bro.
Well, and also half of the fan favorite cast being gone. No X-Men.
No X-Men. And the graphics look like shit. Chun-Li looked like crap. Like Captain America looked weird.
Face? She had a freaking
everybody looked weird. Yeah, everybody looked weird in that damn game, bro. So it was just like
she had the thunder eyes and the baby face. What the fuck?
Did you see the remaster that Maximilian dude did to the game?
For Infinite?
Infinite,
they fixed her face in the end before the game launched.
The game looks amazing now, bro. Yeah. No. Maximilian dude, he had a team work on the game currently. I think they're still working on it, but they've been showing like snippets of it. It looks amazing now, bro. I still wouldn't play. I don't like the whole gem mechanic.
I don't like the roster. The roster is the most incomplete Marvel roster of all time. It needs more. It needs the X-Men. It's plain and simple. Even if they had just a couple of them,
Reaper, you're lying. Speaking of retro games at tourneys, I saw that they have Bloody Roar at Defender North. Let's fucking
Combo Breaker too. If you like retro fighting games, Combo Breaker is the destination. They have
Are they bringing Bloody Roar back?
Combo Breaker has over 400 like old classic games. If there's two people that can run a tournament, they'll run a tournament. Like Combo Breaker is the spot for retro.
I haven't played Bloody Roar in years, so I'm yeah.
And Combo Breaker is in the Chicago area. So shout out to anyone in the Midwest. Be sure you support Combo Breaker, please. It's a great thing.
But yeah, that was pretty much
Shout
it
out
for
to
the
Lily
show.
Main too in the last
That was
Combo
pretty much
Breaker
it for the
video.
show. We went off on a super tangent there, but that's pretty much it.
Well, we do.
All right, let's stop watching Assetto Corsa or whatever the hell that car game is.
What makes you think that I'm watching that?
Because I see you. I see it in your eyes.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Is it my turn? It's my turn. My time to shine.
Yes, it's about your time.
So
before I do this, I want to give a huge shout out to the hosts, Cash and Germ and me. Shout out to everybody that's here, everybody in the chat, everybody on Twitter, everybody on Twitch. You guys are amazing. Shout out to X Element. Shout out to KXI. Shout out to my family. I wouldn't be here. I'm just kidding. Anyway, let's get into this. So for our first affiliate link of tonight's episode, we got once again Origin PC. Are you guys trying to build the ultimate gaming PC? Then look no further than Origin PC. They're an award-winning PC building company, whether you're a gamer or a professional gamer. Origin PC has you covered. Check them out by clicking the link in the show notes or the description of the podcast. Also, this is an affiliate link, so any qualifying purchase will result in us getting a commission and no extra cost to you. I gotta get my stuff from Origin PC too. So
please.
That's probably the best place for me to shop. Gamefly is the next one. Looking for the ultimate gaming experience without breaking the bank? With Gamefly, you can rent discs hassle-free, dive into unlimited gaming, and snag great deals on used games and movies. Use Gamefly to check out games you're not so sure about, and once you decided, you can buy outright at a discounted price or send it back with no problem. You want to pause your subscription? You can do that too at any time. Gamefly makes it easy to check out games on your terms. Just click the affiliate link in the show notes to get started. And the last one, last but not least, is Fanatical. Fanatical is the one-stop shop for over 1 million passionate gamers like you. Whether you're craving the latest AAA title, hunting for indie gems, or searching for incredible deals on your favorite games, Fanatical has you covered. With a massive selection and unbeatable prices, you're sure to get your gaming fix. Just click on the link in the show notes of this podcast. And thank you very much, everybody.
Shout out to everybody, bro. Tonight was amazing. Even though it was like a lighter night, we still managed to pull off a 3-hour fucking podcast, and I blame Heartless and Jerm for that one.
Every bit
I take no responsibility. I took no responsibility for it. What the hell? What's going on with my light?
Yo, what's going on with your light in the back?
Yeah, I just turned it on.
You paid a lot of money for that light.
Yeah, no, it turns off after a while. I feel like it does it. It's like a fail safe. If it feels like it's on for like probably I forgot it. It just like turns off like after like an hour to 2 hours.
You need to get a custom Gamer Actual logo of a light like that.
Where would I put it? Where would
right
I put
there
over
next
my
to
light?
your face. Right there next to your face, or right there behind you, where the other one is.
Right there.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. Let's keep working at it till we get our own studio.
Yeah, let's do it.
That'd be freaking amazing.
That'd be great to have our own like New York or New Jersey studio or something.
Like multiple studios. We could commission it out. Like whenever we're not using it, we can rent it out to other people for their own podcast.
You know, you envision having multiple categories of shows. So like, boom, you could have podcasts every day of the week. You know, action going on all the time. But
yeah, bro. But yeah, shout out to you guys, bro. Thank you to our freaking guests, bro. You guys were amazing tonight, bro. I love every night you guys show up, it actually makes our nights, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro.
Like, there's nothing more that we enjoy talking games, and you guys, you're an audience that we can talk the games with. Like, we're living the life, you know? Seriously.
Name another podcast where they talk to their guests like this, like their chat while a podcast is happening. I'll wait. You can't name one. This is why this is the place to be.
Yeah, one that's actually
with the Denzel Washington swing,
you know, telling you an agenda.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah,
great show. Seriously, like these two co-hosts, like you got, I'm honored to work with you guys. It's always a highlight of my week. Seriously.
So guys, we're gonna move over to somebody that is actually an actual friend in real life. Yeah, I mean, I know this dude. I've known this dude since back in the days, like years, like since we were both in Jamaica, pretty much. together. You know what I mean? He's now streaming on Twitch. Name is Jolty J. He's the homie. Let's raid out to him. Let's send him some love. Tell him Cash sent you. I will catch you guys on the other one because I'm about to play Breath of the Wild. Have a good night.
Bring back Soul Calibur, please.
Yo, have a good night, chat. I'll see y'all
everyone.
later. Peace out. Where's Heartless? He's watching the damn video again.
Heartless is all about racing now.
Right? He's going to become a racing game streamer.
Yeah. Racing does have esports if you're down.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope, though. Imagine you play both.
Yeah, racing, it does have an underground, not quite underground, but a small community of racing game fans that do their thing. So there are LAN events, ESL specifically. So yeah, Heartless, shoot your shot.